triple kill!
But he will be taken out as well. Index once more. They have found Super Bird. There is the creep that kind of blocks some of the damage coming from the Ranger, but with the Sky Guard, with the Pierce, as he is taken out, Newboys is going to stay for a little bit. Index is going to be taken out.
Here with your immortality.
Oh, the kick!
Again, now the kick being set up and later gets taken down. Shizu! The amount of damage is insane! And Shine with a quad shadow walks right into the trap that has been waiting. Blood will be taken
Already, or actually bursting the Lord. This time Index is coming. It comes, he's just
damage being done right now, pushing them into the corner right now. Xiaoyan and even the opportunities from Buscoin denied. Supercont is running them over, but they do answer.
committed for the ultimate. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be exchanged. The
eating
jump
the
from Index. He is taken out, but he might have done his jump. Shizu is low. Shizu taken out, but they did take out the Lord.
To take down Buscoin just yet. The rest of the teams, the reinforcements are here. Shine about to fall. They do take him down. Super Bird good for one. Xeno onto Buscoin.
Just asserting presence. There comes
Oh
the
boy. There you go, the setup here. Cards go good for it. Xeno takes down Super Bird, and they're going to be going for more. Xiaoyan again falling against his opponent. And look at this. The Blazing Duet comes in. Leader does get artillery, but it's just going to be trades upon trades of kills right now. Young S so far forward almost takes down Super Light, but he has to back off right now. And it's Death Nether now coming in to keep themselves alive. And here, Shine is going to be pushed back. The staff brought in as well. Later we'll take down Karchko and try to go for more. Young S takes down Super Bird.
Nothing he can do. Young S finds a target though.
Yep, there you go. Young S, but
The area here comes the squad of TSM. The Predators are activated already. Xiaoyan takes a
and wail away at the turret down there. We're gonna be setting it up. Nothing that coin can.
as Stitch gets the double, and that's a last-ditch effort from Super Bird, who will not find nothing at all. YG 2-0. Bring around the bottom side. Stitch a little bit too far forward, and here comes the flicker forward. But, desperately clinging on to life. Good fist break coming through from the back end, but there's nothing YG can do. Blink goes down early. There's Stitch. There's the hope of YG, and this should be the game for Xeno, who pushes us into game number, and that is going to be Xiaoyan staying alive somehow, and Blink gets knocked up. Super Light chasing him down. Blink also survives. It's Coin, it's Xiaoyan, both going down, and it's Xeno on the
bit of mind here, and Super Light's getting melted.
Super Light, and what a setup yet again for Blink. They have to start the fight right now. The Phobia's coming in, and Zippy gets the turtle again for Myth. As Stitch goes on the killing spree, Khan goes down, Boya does as well, and now Zippy has to back off. Khan down to one.
When it comes to those team fights, when it comes to trying to play around a neutral objective, over Boye with a conceal, they're gonna get ready
to the back
for
line.
it. Here comes the
Confident airstrike, a little bit too far off as Nico. Bad position from that Farsa, but the Lord getting taken.
The new breakthrough and innovative phone with 1xBet app. With 1xBet app, you can register and start betting in just one click. Intuitive interface and thousands of sports events every day. User-friendly app. Big wins, fast payouts.
And of course, it's Boye we're talking about on the show here. This break coming on to Boye, as I was talking about him, he gets chopped down. But the immediate response is Venge. Over the fifth break as Index finds the jump onto Ken, who will survive for now. Demonic Force into the back line. Zippy, this time forced to play alone, but still gets a triple. Mythic still not biting. There comes the Circling Eagle onto Ken, but that's a tanky target. Ken isolated for now. Will be taken out by Super Bender's fifth break. And trying to whittle away at the last turret available. Here comes the Jet.
Look at that!
A big triple knockup, and Zippy QT capitalizes off of that initiation from Boye.
And earlier, what happened was they took down Ken early.
And Index flickers forward. That's a fist break onto Nico, and Nico's down. Mythic Seal might be in trouble. Zippy QT
starting it off now. Turtle gone.
Gonna be used by Shine CG here. Try and find a little bit of neat shield, but he will be down thanks because they're so good. Kozanski though somehow shuts down Zippy. It's just like that. TSM gonna be used.
And Ken takes that Lord, and look at the damage being done. Karchko's doing his best, but everyone here might be a little bit too late. Zippy down for one. Xeno desperately trying to fight back, but cannot. And they're going for more. Shine
In trouble, and that's the fist break to push down the players of TSM as Ken. But in comes YG with the siege.
Oh,
Han goes in. He's
Stitch.
gonna be lifted up and he'll be taken out.
Nico?
But that means that they will take the Lord. Look at that. Fistcrack coming out. Gonna be the one to receive it.
They're still
Stitch
running.
is
They're
in
still
trouble. Or is he?
going.
Nico goes for the flicker. Outplayed by Stitch. And now he will get
What
the
is
double
that?
kill. Stitch with the immortality might get the third. No. It comes Zippy with the damage. Now be taken out.
Oh, they're
Shut
still
down
going.
from the
The cavalry, rather, have come. But here we go, the setup here. Oh,
boy,
the
he's
damage
alive.
being done. Han can't even get himself out of dodge. Blink is gone as well. 2, 3, now coming in for them. And Kun is
Oh.
trying to follow up on it. Stitch
Oh
is
my
so
God.
disastrously low right now that Zippy is just continuing.
And Hanzo is so far away, so is the Hayabusa, who is actually
They're so
tailing this
low.
Hanzo. Zippy in trouble, Zippy taken out, Boye in trouble as well. They will take the Lord this
Blink.
time, YG. Up to the top, there is going to be the Irithel. Boye in trouble, Han solo finally taken out. In comes Ken also. To be the problem here for Mythical Seal, but he
The Dragon Slayer. There you go, another feather there strike. That's the cancel. That's the spear coming in. Chizu coming in the middle. But Chizu, the damage is not enough to take down Stitch. Nice usage of the wind chant. And there you go. The best Hokage, the save. Kant trying his best
Oh
to
my
go for the
goodness.
blinks, to go for the abyss. Here we go. Kant! Nice triple kill.
but he will be taken out as well. Index once more. They have found Super Bird. There is the creep that kind of blocks some of the damage coming from the Ranger, but with the Sky Guard, with the Pierce, as he is taken out, Nubar's is gonna stay for a little bit. Index is gonna be taken out.
Wayne here with the immortality.
Oh, the kick!
Popped again. Now the kick being set up and later gets taken down. Shizu! The amount of damage is insane. And Shine with a quad shadow walks right into the trap that has been waiting. Blood will be taken.
Already, or actually bursting the Lord. This time Index is coming. It comes, he's just
Damage being done right now, pushing them into the corner right now. Xiaoyan and even the opportunities from Buscoin denied. Supercont is running them over, but they do answer.
committed for the ultimate. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be exchanged.
just
The
eating
jump
the
from Index.
damage.
He is taken out, but he might have done his jump. Shizu is low. Shizu taken out, but they did take out the Lord.
To take down Buscoin just yet. The rest of the teams, the reinforcements are here. Shine about to fall. They do take him down. Super Bird good for one. Xeno onto Buscoin.
Just asserting presence. There goes
Oh
the
boy. There you go. The setup here. Cards go good for it. Xeno takes down Super Bird and they're going to be going for more. Xiaoyan again falling against his opponent. And look at this. The Blazing Duet comes in. Later does get Akiri, but it's just going to be trades upon trades of kills right now. Young S so far forward almost takes down Super Light, but he has to back off right now. And it's Death Nether now coming in to keep themselves alive. And here Shine is going to be pushed back. The staff brought in as well. Later we'll take down Karchko and try to go for more. Young S takes down Super Bird.
Nothing you can do. Young S finds a target though.
Yep, there you go. Young S, but
The area here comes the squad of TSM. The veterans are activated already. Xiaoyan takes a
and wail away at the turret down there. We're gonna be setting it up. Nothing that coin can.
as Stitch gets the double, and that's a last-ditch effort from Super Bird, who will not find nothing at all. YG 2-0. Bring around the bottom side. Stitch a little bit too far forward, and here comes the flicker forward. But,
Oh,
you know,
I think they have
desperately
it.
clinging on to life.
Defendable.
Good fist break
It's
coming through
done.
from the back end, but there's nothing YG can do. Blink goes down early. There's Stitch.
Wait.
There's the hope of YG, and this should be the game for Xeno, who pushes us into game number, and that is going to be Xiaoyan
RWM?
staying alive
How is he
somehow,
still alive?
and Blink gets knocked up. Super Light chasing him down. Blink also survives. It's Coin, it's Xiaoyan, both going down, and it's
So
Xeno on the
Bit of mind
Oh,
here and Super
glitches
Light's
forward.
getting melted.
Super Light, and what a setup yet again for Blink. They have to start the fight right now. The Phobia's coming in, and Zippy gets the turtle again for Myth. As Stitch goes on the killing spree, Khan goes down, Boya
Stitch.
does as well, and now Zippy has to back off. Khan down to one.
When it comes to those team fights, when it comes to trying to play around the neutral objective over Boye with a concealed, they're gonna get
coming
ready
into the back
for it.
line,
Here comes the
catches on to
Feather
confident
Strike.
airstrike, a little bit too far off as Nico. Bad position from that Farsa, but the Lord getting taken.
Oh, this
Then be
thing.
The new breakthrough and innovative phone with OneXBet app. With OneXBet app, you can register and start betting in just one click. Intuitive interface and thousands of sports events every day. User-friendly app. Big wins, fast payouts.
Boye we're talking about on the show here. This break coming on to Boye. As I was talking about him, he gets chopped down. But the immediate response is vengeance. Over the fifth break as Index finds the jump onto Ken, who will survive for now. Demonic Force into the back line. Zippy this time forced to play alone, but still gets a triple. What? Mythic still not biting. There comes the Circling Eagle onto Ken, but that's a tanky target. Ken isolated for now. Will be taken out by Super Bender's fifth break. And trying to whittle away at the last turret available. Here comes the Jet.
Look at that!
A big triple knockup, and Zippy QT capitalizes off of that initiation from Boye.
And earlier, what happened was they took down Ken early in the game.
Oh
And
Index flickers forward. That's a fist break onto Nico, and Nico's down. Mythic Seal might be in trouble. Zippy QT
starting it off now. Turtle gone.
Pathway. Gonna be used by Shine CG here. Try and find a little bit of meat shield, but he will be down thanks because they're so good. Kozanski though somehow shuts down Zippy, and just like that, TSM gonna be used.
And Ken takes that Lord, and look at the damage being done. Karchko's doing his best, but everyone here might be a little bit too late. Zippy down for one. Zeno desperately trying to fight back, but cannot. And they're going for more. Shine
In trouble, and that's the fist break to push down the players. TSM as Ken Shine.
But in comes YG with the siege. Goes in. He's gonna be lifted up and he'll be taken out. But that means that they will take the Lord. Look at that. Fist crack coming out. Gonna be the one to receive it.
still
Stitch
running.
is in
They're still
trouble. Or is he?
going.
Nico goes for the flicker. Outplayed by Stitch. And now he will get
What
the
is
double
that?
kill. Stitch with the immortality might get the third. No. It comes Zippy with the damage. Now be taken out.
they're
Shut
still
down
going.
from the
the cavalry rather have come, but here we go. The setup here. Oh,
boy, he's
the damage
alive.
being done. Han can't even get himself out of dodge. Blink is gone as well. 2, 3 now coming in for them, and Kun is trying to follow up on it. Stitch
Oh
is
my
so
God.
disastrously low right now that Zippy is just continuing.
Hanzo is so far away, so is the Hayabusa, who is actually
They're so
tailing this
low.
Hanzo. Zippy in trouble, Zippy taken out, Boye in trouble as well. They will take the Lord this
Blink.
time, YG. Up to the top, there is going to be the Irithel. Boye in trouble, Han Solo finally taken out. In comes Ken also. To be the problem here for Mythical Seal, but he
The Dragon Slayer. There you go. Another Feather Dare Strike. That's the cancel. That's the spear coming in. Chizu coming in the middle. But Chizu, the damage is not enough to take down Stitch. Nice usage of the wind shot. And there you go. The best Hokage, the save. Kant trying his best to go for the blinks, to go for the abyss. Here we go. Kant! Nice triple kill.
but he will be taken out as well. Index once more. They have found Super Bird. There is the creep that kind of blocks some of the damage coming from the Ranger, but with the Sky Guard, with the Pierce, as he is taken out, Newbor's is going to stay for a little bit. Index is going to be taken out.
Here with the immortality.
Oh, the kick!
Popped again. Now the kick being set up and later gets taken down. Shizu! The amount of damage is insane. And Shine with a quad shadow walks right into the trap that has been waiting. Blood will be taken.
Already, or actually bursting the Lord. This time Index is coming. It comes, he's just
Damage being done right now, pushing them into the corner right now. Xiaoyan and even the opportunities from Buscoin denied. Supercont is running them over, but they do answer.
committed for the ultimate. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be exchanged.
just
The
eating
jump
the
from Index.
damage.
He is taken out, but he might have done his jump. Shizu is low. Shizu taken out, but they did take out the Lord.
To take down Buscoin just yet. The rest of the teams, the reinforcements are here. Shine about to fall. They do take him down. Super Bird good for one. Zeno onto Buscoin.
Just asserting presence. There comes
Oh
the
boy. There you go. The setup here. Karchko good for it. Zeno takes down Super Bird, and they're going to be going for more. Xiaoyan again falling against his opponent. And look at this. The Blazing Duet comes in. Leader does get Akiri, but it's just going to be trades upon trades of kills right now. Young S so far forward almost takes down Super Light, but he has to back off right now. And it's Death Nether now coming in to keep themselves alive. And here, Shine is going to be pushed back. The staff brought in as well. Later we'll take down Karchko and try to go for more. Young S takes down Super Bird.
Nothing you can do. Young S finds a target though.
Yep, there you go. Young S, but
The area here comes the squad of TSM. The Federators are activated already. Xiaoyan takes a
and wail away at the turret down there. We're gonna be setting it up. Nothing that coin can.
as Stitch gets the double, and that's a last-ditch effort from Super Bird, who will not find nothing at all. YG 2-0. Bring around the bottom side. Stitch a little bit too far forward, and here comes the flicker forward. But,
Oh, I think they have
desperately
it.
clinging on to life.
Endable.
Good fist break
It's
coming through
done.
from the back end, but there's nothing YG can do. Blink goes down early. There's Stitch.
Wait.
There's the hope of YG, and this should be the game for Zeno, who pushes us into game number. And that is going to be Xiaoyan
RWM?
staying alive
How is he
somehow.
still alive?
And Blink gets knocked up. Super Light chasing him down. Blink also survives. It's Coin, it's Xiaoyan, both going down, and it's
So
Zeno on the
bit of mind
Oh,
here, and
switches
Super Light's
forward.
getting melted.
Super Lights, and what a setup yet again for Blink. They have to start the fight right now. The Phobia's coming in, and Zippy gets the turtle again for Myth. As Stitch goes on the killing spree, Khan goes down, Boya
Stitch.
does as well, and now Zippy has to back off. Khan down to 1.
When it comes to those team fights, when it comes to trying to play around a neutral objective, over Boye with a concealed, they're gonna get
coming
ready
into the back
for it.
line,
Here comes the
catches onto
Feather
confident
Strike.
airstrike, a little bit too far off as Nico. Bad position from that Farsa, but the Lord getting taken.
Oh,
Then
this
be-
thing.
The new breakthrough and innovative phone with 1xBet app. With 1xBet app, you can register and start betting in just one click. Intuitive interface and thousands of sports events every day. User-friendly app. Big wins, fast payouts.
And of course, it's Boye we're talking about on the show here. This break coming on to Boye, as I was talking about him, he gets chunked down. But the immediate response is Vengeance. Over the fifth break as Index finds the jump
Ken solo.
onto Ken, who will survive for now. Demonic Force into the back line. It's Zippy, this time forced to
They
play
fight
alone,
back.
but still gets a
What is
triple. What?
Huh?
Mythic still not biting. There comes the Circling Eagle onto Ken.
Ken
But that's a tanky
solo.
target. Ken isolated for now. Will be taken out by Super Bender's fifth
Wait.
break. And trying to whittle away at the last turret available.
Setup's gonna
Here comes the
come.
Jet
Oh, look at that!
A big triple knockup, and Zippy QT capitalizes off of that initiation from Boye.
And earlier, what happened was they took down Ken early in the
Coming
game.
through, and
Oh my
Index flickers
God!
forward. That's a fist break onto Nico, and Nico's down. Mythic Seal might be in trouble. Zippy QT.
Starting it off now, Turtle
Doors
gone.
pathway. Gonna be used by Shine CG here. Try and find a little bit of neat shield, but he will be down. Thanks because they're so good. Kozanski though somehow shuts down Zippy, and just like that, TSM gonna be used.
And Ken takes that Lord, and look at the damage being done. Karchko's doing his best, but everyone here might be a little bit too late. Zippy down for one. Zeno desperately trying to fight back, but cannot. And they're going for more. Shot.
In trouble, and that's the fist break to push down the players.
Oh,
TSM as Ken Shine.
But in comes YG with the siege.
Oh,
Han goes in. He's
Stitch.
gonna be lifted up and he'll be taken out.
Nico?
But that means that they will take the Lord. Look at that. Fist crack coming. Gonna be the one to receive it.
They're still
Stitch
running.
is
They're
in
still
trouble. Or is he?
going.
Nico goes for the flicker. Outplayed by Stitch. And now he will get
What
the
is
double
that?
kill. Stitch with the immortality might get the third. No, it comes Zippy with the damage. Now be taken out.
Oh, they're
Shut
still
down
going.
from the
The cavalry, rather, have come. But here we go, the setup here. Oh,
boy, he's
the damage
alive.
being done. Han can't even get himself out of dodge. Blink is gone as well. 2, 3, now coming in for them. And Kuhn is
Oh.
trying to follow up on it. Stitch
Oh
is
my
so
God.
disastrously low right now that Zippy is just continuing.
Well, Hanzo is so far away, so is the Hayabusa, who is actually
They're so
tailing this
low.
Hanzo. Zippy in trouble, Zippy taken out, Boye in trouble as well. They will take the Lord this
Blink.
time, YG. Up to the top, there is going to be the Irithel. Boye in trouble, Han Solo finally taken out. In comes Ken also. Could be the problem here for Mythical Seal, but he
The Dragon Slayer. There you go, another Feather Death Strike. That's the cancel. That's the spear coming in. Chizu coming in the middle. But Chizu, the damage is not enough to take down Stitch. Nice usage of the wind shot. And there you go. The best Hokage, the save. Kant trying his best to go for the blinks, to go for the abyss. Here we go. Kant! Nice triple kill.
but he will be taken out as well. Index once more. They have found Super Bird. There is the creep that kind of blocks some of the damage coming from the Ranger, but with the Sky Guard, with the Pierce, as he is taken out, Uber's gonna stay for a little bit. Index is gonna be taken out.
Wayne here with the immortality.
Oh, the kick!
popped again. Now the kick being set up and later gets taken down. Shizu! The amount of damage is insane. And Shine with a quad shadow walks right into the trap that has been waiting. Blood will be taken.
Already, or actually bursting the Lord. This time Index is coming. It comes, he's just
Damage being done right now, pushing them into the corner right now. Xiaoyan and even the opportunities from Boscoin denied. Supercont is running them over, but they do answer.
committed for the ultimate. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be exchanged.
just
The
eating
jump
the
from Index.
damage.
He is taken out, but he might have done his jump. Shizu is low. Shizu taken out, but they did take out the Lord.
To take down Bosco and just yet the rest of the teams. The reinforcements are here. Shine about to fall. They do take him down. Super Bird good for one. Zeno onto Boscoin.
Just asserting presence. There goes
Oh
the
boy. There you go. The setup here. Karchko good for it. Zeno takes down Super Bird and they're going to be going for more. Xiaoyan again falling against his opponent. And look at this. The Blazing Duet comes in. Later does get Acleary, but it's just going to be trades upon trades of kills right now. Young S so far forward almost takes down Super Light, but he has to back off right now. And it's Death Nether now coming in to keep themselves alive. And here Shine is going to be pushed back. The staff brought in as well. Later we'll take down Karchko and try to go for more. Young S takes down Super.
Nothing he can do. Young S finds a target though.
Yep, there you go. Young S, but
The area here comes the squad of TSM. The Predators are activated already. Xiaoyan takes a
and wail away at the turret down there. We're gonna be setting it up. Nothing that coin can.
as Stitch gets the double, and that's a last-ditch effort from Superbird, who will not find nothing at all. YG 2-0. Bring around the bottom side. Stitch a little bit too far forward, and here comes the flicker forward. But,
Oh, I don't think they have
desperately
it.
clinging on to life.
Defend the bomb.
Good fist break
It's
coming through
done.
from the back end, but there's nothing YG can do. Blink goes down early. There's Stitch.
Wait.
There's the hope of YG, and this should be the game for Zeno, who pushes us into game number. And that is going to be Xiaoyan
RWM?
staying alive
How is he
somehow.
still alive?
And Blink gets knocked up. Super Light chasing him down. Blink also survives. It's Coin, it's Xiaoyan, both going down, and it's
So
Zeno on the
Bit of mind
Oh,
here and
let's
Super
switch
Light's
forward.
getting melted.
Super Light, and what a setup yet again for Blink. They have to start the fight right now. The Phobia's coming in, and Zippy gets the turtle again for Myth. As Stitch goes on the killing spree, Khan goes down, Boya
Stitch.
does as well, and now Zippy has to back off. Khan down to one.
When it comes to those team fights, when it comes to trying to play around the neutral objective, over Boye with
Today we are going to be crowning the champions of the 1xBet rivals Mekong as we head into the grand finals. It's Mythic Seal going up against Yangon Galacticos, your casters Wolf and Manjin, and we're both wearing brown.
Brown for
It's a good color.
or maybe we can call it gold, because today is Championship Wednesday. Usually it's Championship Sunday, but we're gonna have it in advance here in 1xBet Rivals, having this tournament I think for a week right now. We have ourselves the two best teams in the Mekong region as of the moment. You have Mythic Seal, and then yesterday's winners, team YG, getting the 3-1 victory. But right now, as I reviewed, it is going to be a best of 7. It's a rainy day here in the Philippines, and it's gonna rain. It will be raining MLBB for all of you guys. So please do share our stream and tell your friends that it's going to be happening right here, right now.
And most importantly, the two teams that will be battling it out in the grand finals will be facing each other to fight for a big cash out. We
Oof.
are going to see later how much they'll earn, but they will be getting the lion's share of 15,000 US dollars, as the grand finals champion will take home 7,500 USD. Half of that will go to the first runner-up, and then top 3, top 4, and top 5 will get 2.2K, 1.5K, and 750 USD respectively.
Give me that moolah. Give me the kaching. I want to hear the kaching from the cashier. The 7,500 USD. If you're gonna convert it into pesos, in the Filipino money, that's a huge amount. Anyways, looking at our schedule, it's just one match. Then again,
Yes, sir.
it is a best of 7. We're gonna start in a while. 8 minutes. Time check. It's 2:52. Reviewing, of course, this match. Mythic Seal has the advantage, the upper hand, because last time that they met, it was all out Mythic Seal. Unfortunately for Yangon Galacticos, they went to the lower bracket and they climbed their way up here. So
Yeah.
if you're gonna think about it, this is a rematch for the
Yes,
championship
that is.
matchup. Let's look at the tournament bracket.
mentioned the rematch. This matchup happened already in the semifinals. It's actually the upper bracket when Mythic Seal faced up against Yangon Galacticos. That happened 2 days ago. And it went in favor of Mythic Seal 3-0. Although it looked like a one-sided affair, it didn't really happen that way. If you look back at the game between Mythic Seal and Yangon Galacticos, two of the games were very close. Because of that because of that loss, YG had to go down to the semi-finals or the lower bracket finals to go up against Newborns. Newborns is a team that actually surprised everyone with the win over Xeno, but we saw yesterday that Yangon Galacticos in a best of 5 series have bested them
Yeah.
3-1.
Saw it yesterday, of course. The 3 one-sided games from Team YG. The other game was just a comeback for the newborns. But then again, we're seeing what we're seeing right now is the semi-finals of Mythic Seal and Team YG. I should say both of these squads, they play really aggressively, and they're not really that passive, and they know they know how to utilize their power spikes and their strategy very well. I want to see a lot of Fanny picks, maybe a lot of assassin picks. Yesterday we saw the Ling. Hopefully we can see it again, or maybe something new again. A Kimi mid lane, or maybe a Kimi jungle. Who knows, right?
Yeah, seen that. But by the way, this is the group stage. In fact, this is the first time out of the 3 times that they faced against each other. Mythic Seal eventually mounted the reverse sweep. YG had a great start, winning game number 1, and then Mythic Seal wins games 2 and 3. Then when they met up in the upper bracket finals, it was a totally different case. But one thing is pretty standard for both teams. They really like their assassins. So you can expect some Hayabusa versus Fanny exchanges all throughout the day.
Yeah.
And we know for sure that it is part of the meta game. Like, they are the top big teams, the top picked heroes, and they would really like to have that one.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it that you mentioned that, because it's always a 50-50 game in the late game. I believe in MLBB, if both of your cores are assassin junglers, it's all about the pokes. It's all about how will the assassin get into the base? How will he assassinate and use all of his kits to finish the game? So yeah, I agree. Maybe we're gonna see a lot of Hayabusa, or maybe also the Cho, because I do believe Blink up against, of course, Boye utilizes set up tanks really well, and I'm really excited because I do believe that this is going to be a high kill count game, and who knows, we might go to game 7, because of course we love the ratings, and every time there's a best of 7, you always like pray to the commissioner that, hey, give us a game 7.
Yeah. So what we do know about this kind of competition between YG and Mythic Seal is that this is not the only battleground that they're facing up against each other. This is not the first time that we've seen it, that they have seen each other. In fact, if we just look back at the past month, Mythic Seal and YG may have faced each other so many times, because they play in the same region, they play in the same league. Right now, Yangon Galacticos is on top of the standings of the league that they're playing in. But so far, Mythic Seal has got their number. 3 times that they've faced, or 2 out of the 3 times that they have faced, Mythic Seal actually won, and that's why my prediction is actually for Mythic Seal.
I just copied your prediction, though. I just copied your prediction. Because of course you're the one who is casting, I think, since day number 1, or is it day number 2, and you saw how Mythic Seal adjusted their playstyle in the semi upper bracket finals. Even though, yes, then again, YG is leading in terms of points in their professional league, but in this side quest, in this side episode of their esports careers, it is Mythic Seal who got the early rest. They were, of course, watching the games yesterday, and they're really prepared right now. But who knows? Again, I'm praying for a longer day. It's still early, 3 p.m. I had my coffee already, and I'm ready for action.
Oh yeah, and we are gonna have we should be ready for a very long series. So the games will also be very very long because of how I guess how close, how well matched these two teams are. And even when we say that Mythic Seal is gonna win and take it off, I still feel that this will be that it's not that easy to kind of decide who takes and wins it also.
Yeah.
This will be a very, 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 very exciting matchup between the two teams, and I'm just excited to see it once again.
Best of the best, I should say,
That's right.
in Mekong region. A lot of familiar names also. Like I think ZP is one of the gold laners. Is the gold laner of Mythic Seal. Mythic Seal is a well-known name in the MLBB international scene. So here we go. Game number 1 draft. In a best of 7, you have the opportunity to at least lose maybe the game number 1 to at least test the waters, like how hot it is, or maybe just check out what type of preparation or strategy your opponent prepared. So here we go. There's your ban already with the fanny ban. So Mythic Seal saying, no P. You ain't gonna get the fanny this time. We're gonna play it like very simple, or maybe go for the priority Lucas, opening up the Lucas, or maybe opening up the Hayabusa.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Lucas and the Hayabusa are going to be the top priorities for both teams, and most importantly the Lucas, because it is a flex pick. And when there are so many junglers that are open, if you pick up the Lucas, that's always a threat whether you'll take it as a jungler or will you go for the AXP lane Lucas, both of which are very useful in the meta game that we have right now. So I would not be surprised if that is the case, but Mythic Seal, what they can do right now is to maybe they will ban Harith. So that means that they might prioritize the Lucas again, I guess. I think that's what they're eyeing for here.
Yeah.
Without the Zushin,
But
and maybe of course the Kalea. Kalea is always going to be the top priority.
So do you prioritize your jungler or your tank here, because Kalea is open, Joe is open, but right now in the meta, I think the jungler is one of the core or vital positions that you need to get, because sometimes it acts as a secondary initiator, especially those utility type junglers. But there you go, Kalea, Sakura. It was my first time last night, because I just want to share this information that last night we were streaming, and it's my first time having a Kalea as my roamer, and I should say it's really OP. It's really super OP.
Yeah, it is. It's such a strong hero that he can really use for initiation. But there is the answer going to be the Badang as well as the Hayabusa. Like I said, the Hayabusa top priority. But this also opens up the Lucas. So usually what happens is if Lucas and Kalea is picked together, they win because it's Naruto and
of course,
and Sakura together.
Of course.
But this time they're gonna be up against Kakashi.
They're called Team A, right? Are they Team A?
Team 7.
Squad A, Team 7. Okay.
Yeah,
Not really familiar with the storyline of Naruto, but I'm for sure well aware of the Datebayo Sasuke, and we ain't seeing Datebayo Sasuke right now because it's going to be Kakashi. There's your Kimi pick, and we still don't know where this Kimi is going to go. Is it going to be a gold lane, or is it a mid lane? Last night when we were playing, we got stomped by a Kimi jungler. So
yeah, Kimi jungler.
I'm not really sure if it's viable.
It can be played in the mid lane role, and it can be played in the jungle role. Sometimes it can also be played in gold, but I think the most effective usage is the mid lane. I think the least priority for Kimi is the jungle, actually, in pro matches. Carmilla, very early pick up Carmilla from YG. I wonder why this is the choice, because usually use Carmilla to counter your opponents, especially when they go up with maybe Louis as well as a Chip. But this Carmilla pickup is actually very surprising to me. It's
super interesting.
Very early.
Yeah, I think if there's a Kimi in your lineup, you you usually tend to group up, and maybe that's the idea. That's just my theory. I think the Carmilla can serve as an answer to this group up type of lineup by using the ultimate, the chains of the Carmilla. But then again, we shall see. For sure, this Carmilla is now the roamer, right? And
Yeah.
Badang is going to be the XP laner. So Gatot Kacha versus Badang. Who wins this? Who's in favor of the matchup in the lane? Who do you
I
think?
think this is. I think that's it's pretty even actually, Manjin. I think there's no actual winner to that. I think it's more on the execution, and I don't think that they will face up against each other anyways. I think the more successful matchup might be the Badan, like recent dates, but there was a time in professional matches where Gatot Kacha was the king, but after some of the changes, then Badan became the king.
Yeah,
So it's pretty mixed, honestly.
yeah. I saw that. I was watching that moment and that era of the short era of the Badang era.
Yeah.
Anyways, there you go. Paramis ban for Mythic Seal. I like it. They're taking away a lot of the mid laners right now. Novaria, is it the best pick for YG, or do you go for an extra burst, maybe a Farsa or an Eve to combo up with the Carmilla? What do you think?
I think usually you combo this with a big AoE like Vixana.
Xana
before.
also, yeah.
So
Okay,
Novaria. Okay, so Novaria and Carmilla, yeah, very, very, very strong as well because of the hitbox. You kind of increase your link with your
Oh, really?
from the Carmilla.
Right after
Yeah. No, I mean like it's easier to hit. I'm not,
Okay.
you don't really like increase it, but it's much easier to hit.
Okay.
And obviously the stuns, the extra damage you get from it, there's a lot of AoE. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty neat combo.
Yeah, we're waiting for the jungler of Team Mythic, Seal. You don't have the Shuyu right now. So do you go for another utility, or do you match up the Hayabusa? Again, there's no Fanny. Are we gonna see a Ling here, or maybe a Fredrin? There's a Ling.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So
Okay, I can't believe that.
still got it.
Still got
With the
it.
Granger, though, this is going to confirm the mid lane Kimi, which they've used before actually. And then on YG side, you get your marksman, right? Your what is it? Maybe you just go for the Moscow. Actually.
Moscow Verklint, I think, is the marksman
Yeah.
here. Well,
They go
Claude.
Claude. Good synergy with the Carmilla because of the AoE damage in many ways. Not the easiest target as far as assassins are concerned when it comes to dealing with the link. However, I might not have a lot of confidence on the Claude versus the Granger. I think the Granger still wins
Still
it
wins,
despite
yeah.
the nerfs that we've seen from
Yeah.
for
Agree.
the Granger. I think that the Granger still wins the matchup versus the Claude.
He wins the level 1 matchup because of the Rhapsody. You can cancel it out. So the Claude
Yeah.
needs to play this really safe, wait for the level 4 to hit. And maybe the strategy here of Team YG is to don't go for all of those team fights. Maybe just go for pickups and split. They're really slippery. Their lineup has a lot of blinks. Claude with the BMI, Quad Shadow from the Hayabusa, and of
Yeah.
course the Novaria also is quite slippery because of the facing through the walls. So again, they're really fast. So for Mythic Seal, if you're the Kimi, you're gonna have a hard time to target all of these fast heroes, especially that you don't have. I think you don't have enough stun. I think the Gatot Kacha is not enough unless there's the Kalea follow up. So we shall see. Ladies and gentlemen, game number 1 for the grand finals of the 1xBet Rivals Mekong.
It's going to be a best of 7 series, so we can just relax at the first few games and just kind of make a feel for what the teams have in store for us. But already Mythic Seals have shown us a very aggressive draft with this Kimi mid lane, and of course the Ling.
Yeah. And Pokes coming
And
in.
we can see that Han is actually leading when it
Yeah.
comes to the gold here compared to the Ling. The Hayabusa is a much faster farmer
Yeah.
compared to a Ling.
The Ling. It's all because of the passive, right? The Hayabusa Ninja procs. They ain't even
Yeah.
using the Kakashi skin. Then again, never mind. As a Ken will now rotate to the top lane, getting the lizard, maybe the gold grab. Now Han maybe trying to get a kill. There you go in the top lane. Ying falling low. There's a blink. Ain't gonna proc the magic missile yet. Excuse me, that's not the magic missile. That's a crimson flower. Then again, it's has the same effect. If you know, you
Yeah.
know. 2 minutes into the game, 6 seconds left for the turtle. Who's gonna get it?
I think YG has the easier shot at this. Well, I say that though because Mythic Seal are gonna kind of switch it up. Nico is gonna get his ultimate, and then they're giving the Kalea some EXP up top.
Okay.
So that means that Blink, the roamer for YG, will not have his ultimate, but Mythic Seal, the roamer, the Kalea, will have his.
Nico.
And then the Ling will just farm the purple buff this time, so it's going to be level. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
going to be even when it comes to like the junglers.
Yep. Tsunami Slam is now online for Nico. As Blink is still okay. Blink is also level 4, so the links is already available. Also, here we go. There's your Tsunami Slam out of nowhere. Nice flicker also. That is the combo. Nico gets Ying first blood, but there's the counter. Go coming in from the Hayabusa. Damage is not enough though. 1-0 Mythic Seal with the early advantage.
Wow, that was clearly a win from Mythic Seal with Boye, the Kalea, with a great initiation, and definitely YG did not expect that coming. Going in for the kill, and that actually gave Mythic Seal a 1,000 gold of an advantage, and obviously the Ling is going to be very happy about this. Getting the first turtle as the Ling allows you to just snowball out of control.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You have an extra shield. Plus, if you're gonna have a purple, why is that? What interests you?
So you saw the carry, right? Sorry, the Kimi.
Kimi.
What he did was to use his ultimate like in front of himself, so that when the Hayabusa closes in, there is actually a threat for him to eventually take out the Hayabusa. It's like there's a stun, right? There's a delayed stun
Extra
for
stun,
the ultimate
yeah.
of the Kimi. So it's
Extra
like he
bubble.
protected himself from the assassin by activating the ultimate point blank. So I think that's a very smart move from Nico.
Yeah. Again, the update on the Kimi giving that hero like more utility and more escape mechanic, I should say, and the setup because of the bubble rocket, the ultimate. I don't know what it's called yet. Then again, the pokes from the Granger and the Kimi, like super fast wave clear. It's gonna be hard for YG to at least level up with the clearing of the waves.
Yeah.
And for sure, Mythic Seal will get the upper hand in controlling all parts of the map here because of the wave control.
Yeah, great wave control and great control overall. So that's gonna be really good for the team. And then we're looking at the turtle fight that will be erupting soon. I think if Seal are having the advantage once again, they will have the lean pretty soon. They will also activate the Granger, so it seems.
Yeah.
We're seeing the
There's the taunt.
Zippy Cutie going in for the
Link
kill.
falling low. Ken is in the vicinity. Ken! Will he go for the ultimate? No, he will just go for the normal hit. Ken will get the extra kill. As two heroes are now down for YG. Another turtle number 2 for the blue team.
Yeah. And that will also give them an opening to take this orange buff away from YG. And the Varia wasn't able to secure that. So this is a big economic win for Mythic Seal.
Yes, sir.
Stitch going for the ultimate against the Kimi, but he's getting outplayed. Look at that taunt. Well played coming out from Kun.
Yeah.
And that actually is such a big pickoff coming out from Mythic Seal. Stitch definitely made a mistake. Wasn't able to pop the Purify despite him having that. I think that he was far too confident that he can survive.
Yeah,
But you can see Kimi deals so much damage.
such a huge kill coming in from Mythic Seal up against Stitch. And the problem I think right now for the Claude maybe is because I think still needs the Trinity item, the Trinity combo item for him to be really part of the match, and for him to give his allies damage. But with that, I think they still need to wait for him to go online. And with that being said, Mythic Seal, they can like use the advantage and exploit the fact that Stitch doesn't have the damage yet.
It's really not much that they can do as of this moment. Gotta be difficult for Mythic Seal to eventually. Oh, sorry, for YG to eventually defend against this because this is a double marksman composition.
Yep.
And then you also have the link.
Oof.
So, technically speaking, there's a lot of scaling damage
Yeah.
from Mythic Seal. If you're YG, you're in a pretty bad shape now. You'll have to have a great combo with the Novaria as well as the Carmilla
Yes, sir.
for them to be able to just team fight against Mythic.
Look how rich the Granger is right now. Zippy sitting at 6,500 gold already with the Malefic Roar and the Sky Piercer. Instant kill. There you go. There's the traction pulse. Nice setup coming out from the Kimi as Nico will get the last hit onto Blink. But there is the best crack from Yin. And look at the other side. Lina trying to run away for his life. Ken, he wants to get the last hit. But then again, it is a Mythic Seal taking down 2 plus another objective plus a tower.
Oh my, and that is, I believe, such a big swing in favor of Mythic Seal. Not only when it comes to the gold, but also when it comes to their momentum. YG, although they tried to fight and at least get some territorial control over that part of the map, Mythic Seal just hammered through. And that means that the Lord will be in favor of Mythic Seal. And then they will also get some push. Look at those pokes coming up from both the Granger and the Kimi.
The Kimi and the Granger vintage combo. Long range pokes coming in. Okay, there's your kill finally for the side of Team YG. Tempest of Blades being propped by Mr. Ken. Then again, there's still a tower. But the damage of Mythic Seal overwhelming Team YG as Nico and Zippy will just taunt them out. 10-1, 9 minutes. Mythic Seal now owning this game.
Oh no. Up top, there is the Lord. And even in the mid lane, they don't even go with the Lord this time because they don't need to. They can just push and siege continuously. They're going to be forcing the turret passive as well. That's the holy defense in the mid. Already gone. So even before the 12-minute mark, they don't have their turret defense. And now up top, with the Lord marching, this is surely going to be a lot of pressure up top once more.
It's the conceal.
Look at that.
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
Look at the slam. Tsunami Slamma Jamma. Nice initiation from the Kalea. From Boyi. Man, look at those. Look at those bullets. The Rhapsody plus Kimi. The Kimi Granger combo. Remember that? Back in M1?
Back in M1, yeah. So, jungler
Kimi and
Jungler Granger, actually. Like,
and Kimi side lane.
Yeah, Kimi side lane. Red Tree Granger.
Wow.
Uh,
Mythic Seal.
that has happened before. And look at that push. Look at how easily the towers melt. Lina, good usage of the ultimate, but there's really no follow-up. I think that's just for vision. And just 10 minutes into this game, game number 1, we are already seeing 2 of the inhibitors down for YG.
Yeah, it's quite fast. This is how confident Mythic Seal right now. And of course, they have permission to be cocky. Kun has the permission to be cocky here right now, just playing with the mind games of Team YG. All part of the game. It's 11 minutes. Mythic Seal, they don't want this to go at least maybe 13. Just end it right after this. Maybe this final Lord take. It's 13 seconds. We're gonna have another Lord. And it's gonna be like a snap for Mythic Seal to get that.
And I think that I'm just thinking about like potential answers for YG, but I can't think of any apart from the fact that they have to have a good ultimate coming out from Blink, like catching maybe 3 of their members, and then Purify from Stitch as he goes in with probably a big blazing duet with multiple people getting linked, and
Yeah.
obviously the ultimate from Alina has to land also. YG has to play perfectly well for them to defend this. Otherwise, it's gonna be difficult. Even just one mistake from YG will
Yeah.
mean that Mythic Seal will easily take their turrets and
Yeah,
their base building, obviously, because of the Kimi and the Granger.
I kind of feel that the Blazing Duet is, even though you land all of those damage, it's still not enough. You can definitely feel the nerf on this Claude like maybe 3 months ago or 4 months ago. But we shall see. Is this the final push of Team Mythic Seal? There's the ultimate of the Carmilla. But look at ZP! Bursting down a Blink. Nico also with a free hit. There's the Blazing Duet. But again, Mythic Seal with a dominant performance in game number 1. Using the vintage Kimi Granger combo together with Galea. What a statement game for Team Mythic Seal.
There are some games that can be defined by just the first few minutes. There's some games that are won just by winning the first turn. And I think that was actually the game that we can say is like that. Because of the draft coming out from YG, it kind of felt like they don't have any insurance policy if they fail the early stages of the game. And unfortunately for YG, they have horribly failed the first few minutes of the game. Although there was a chance for them to take the first turtle, what happened was Mythic Seal just made a great play. They put the Kalea into the top lane where the EXP lane is. That meant that they will get to level 4. They have the ultimate for Kalea. And even when Blink eventually got to the point where he has the ultimate, they didn't have vision for the Kalea. Kalea was able to get into that pixel bush near the turtle.
Yeah.
So it kind of is because of the fact that they were kind of late on getting their ultimate for YG. He found an opening for Mythic Seal to eventually get the level 4 and then the advantage. That's why
Yeah.
they got the turtle. So it was a great and wonderful play coming up from YG. No, from Mythic Seal.
Mythic Seal. And Kalea, Nico just with a masterful usage of the flicker and then the Tsunami Slam. It was all out Mythic Seal controlling the driver's seat, just being the captains of this game, dictating when to fight. It was just Team YG reacting to every situation. Then again, they have Team YG, like they're just suppressing Team YG all throughout the game, and just like last night in our games, like they did not let Team YG play MLBB.
Yeah.
No MLBB for you right now in game number 1.
Yeah, I think you're definitely gonna feel that in that with the specific match. It kind of felt like there wasn't any way for YG to even engage against Mythic Seal, because Mythic Seal just had a perfect first turtle fight, and the setup was there. It was one after the other. It's like an avalanche of the advantage for the team, and they just kept on pounding and hammering through, and then eventually it's just Mythic Seal just taking over.
Yeah, and with that being said, Mythic Seal, they will definitely feel good right after that game. Team YG, I think maybe they need to fix their draft pattern.
Yeah.
Is the Carmilla too early,
Carmilla,
or
yeah.
should they change the Carmilla? I think they were trapped right after that second phase. They were like so trapped. Okay, what's the mid laner? What is the gold laner? We shall see with the adjustment. And right now, let's look at the post-game statistics of this game.
Yeah.
Quick game, I should say. 12-1.
Yeah, very quick one. I believe Mythic Seal a lot of problems faced. Oh, sorry, YG had a lot of problems just because of how they set themselves up from the draft. So I understand that this is game one where you can just maybe experiment. However, it's just so easy for Mythic Seal to win this game. And by the way, even when this is a strategy from YG to get this Carmilla, I believe that having or giving away the Kalia to your opponents in exchange for Badang and Hayabusa might not be the best case, like when it comes to the trade.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think Kalia is such a strong hero that the only valid exchange might be maybe getting the Fanny or maybe getting the Zushin, but that wasn't the case. Zippy Kitty, the Granger, the Gold Lane Granger. Do you think that you'll still play this, Mr. Manjin?
I can. I think with enough frontline, the Granger is still a viable pick. Or because again, the Rhapsody that you can cancel it out, still a great poker in the lane. I think it really depends also on the situation of your team, and with the build, look at that. Of course, the movement speed from the axe and the instant kill from the sword item, Zippy, Sky Piercer, yeah, the 8%, right? 0.8%. Anyways, never mind that. Zippy is doing Zippy things. There's a reason why Zippy is also considered the face, one of the faces of Mekong MLBB.
Yeah.
Represented Mekong in a lot of tournaments. I think Z Games, he was there back in 2023. And such a huge portfolio for ZP. That's why Mythic Seal, we're in favor of Mythic Seal to win this.
That's right. So Mythic Seal, we're gonna see them once again come game number 2. I think that this might be a similar draft pattern for them. I think you still want to prioritize the Kalia. I'm not sure if YG. I think it's YG's turn now to choose what their side is going to be, and it seems like first pick must be the priority for both teams. I think that they will just secure that. I think it just makes a lot of sense.
There's no
Because
Lucas though in this game.
Yeah, I think what will happen is I think what will happen is you get the Kaleo, you get the first pick, you get blue side. You kind of ban the same heroes like how Mythic Seal have done it, so that you'll get a chance to the Kaleo.
Yeah, I get a chance to pick the S tier first picks like Lucas, Kalia. You just choose your poison, whoever your first pick is. I feel that they will still ban Zushin. There's a huge respect onto Lina.
Yeah.
I think if he uses the heroes that he masters, like there's no chance of you winning the mid lane. We saw that yesterday. So yeah, great target selection, great target banning also for team Mythic Seal. And with them feeling good, of course, they will for sure just hammer down this draft once again.
Okay, so with that, the Kalia, the Zushin, I think it's usually red side ban, but if the Kalia as well as the Zushin are going to be open, I think that is where we can see the trade.
Yeah, I think they will still ban the Zushin because they're in the red side. Yeah.
So YG and the blue side now, Mr. Manjin, like we expected, it's their choice now to choose what side they're going to be on. And then the Fanny for Mythic Seal.
I think if you're Mythic Seal, you now ban the Zushin and the Lucas, I think, or maybe the Kalia. So you just give away one if you are the red side. What do you think?
Yeah.
Oh no, they banned out the Harit, of course. Best pick in the gold.
Alright. So yes, here's the tricky situation. If YG bans the Zushin, Mythic Seal will just ban the Kalia.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So if you're YG, you're gonna be thinking, should we ban the Zushin? Because we're not gonna have a good trade anyway. So they're like tempting Mythic Seal here. So they don't. So they ban the Hayabusa. I think it's smart because that means that most of the junglers, the strong junglers, assassin junglers in the metagame now been banned out. So Mythic Seal, I think it's worth it uh, to open up both Zushin and Kali. Oh, they're giving Zushin for free.
Yeah. And Lucas
Okay.
also. So I think if you're gonna get Zushin, Mythic Seal will get the Lucas. Or do you go Lucas?
Oh, I think that they will pick Kimi. So if they
Kimi.
give the Zushin,
Ah, there you go. There's a
which is
Zushin.
natural, Mythic Seal would go Kimi and Badang, I think.
Kimi Badang. How about Kimi Lucas?
You're right. Is Lucas even worth it at this point?
Well, I'm not quite sure.
Yeah.
There's your Kimi. There's your Focus.
Kimi and Phobius. Okay.
Okay.
So instead of the Badang, it's a Phobius. I think they're giving the Lucas. And then, dude, I think Mythic Seal wants to third pick the Ling this time.
Okay.
'Cause that is the way for them to kind of to bypass this Zushin.
Zushin. Great hero to answer, of course, the Lantern of Zushin. And also Phobius. Now you have your XP laner. Oh, this is gonna be crucial. The two picks right now for YG.
They can't get the Ling. Okay.
Granger,
They get the Badang
Badang.
and the Granger. I think Mythic Seal wants to get the Ling, honestly.
Okay.
Apart from that, yeah, honestly, they can also go back to the Lucas as their jungler. Really not
But
so
if-
bad
yeah,
as a
but-
choice.
The Ling is effective last time, so
Yeah.
if you're
Ling or Soyu, I
yeah.
believe for Mythic Seal is gonna be great.
yeah, we shall see. Because if you don't pick it, they will now ban it for YG, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, either just pick one, or maybe secure your role. I think maybe a Cho or a Jawhead against the Granger. Oh, there's the Ling. There you
It's
go.
the Ling. I can feel it.
I feel
I
it.
see why they picked it up. I knew that will be the answer. And I think YG, you know what's going to happen here? Mythic Seal, they're gonna ban the Hilda eventually. Maybe
Yeah,
fourth or fifth
to secure
ban.
the Ling. To secure the
Yeah,
Ling.
that's right. Then they'll pick up maybe a Jawhead or a Cho
Yeah,
so that they have good combo with the Ling.
combination.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. Mythic Seal, great opening already.
Yeah. You love the pattern, right? Like smart usage of the drop pattern here by Team Mythic Seal. Because of that, look at that. They're taking their time and banning out a certain hero. And I agree with you. Maybe get rid of the heroes that can invade the Link's jungling pattern. Oh, there you go. There's the
Ooh.
Baksha. Okay. Still a huge ban, I think. Great answer
Going
also
deep.
to the Link. Yeah.
They're going deep. They're thinking deep here. Mythic Seal. They know that YG has some utility junglers at the back. Maybe get the Lucas actually. They might not be that scared of the Hilda anymore. So yeah, Lucas could be a potential here for Mythic Seal.
Yeah. Potential ban.
Potential
Right.
ban, that's right.
Yeah. Lucas or Shuyu, or they're just letting YG to either pick the Lucas or Shuyu. There's your Cho ban. Okay, like
Good
what we
ban.
said. Yeah, like what we said. There's always the potential of the Cho. Still the best hero, I think, in the roam position.
Yeah.
You are never
It's,
out of style with Cho.
Yeah, never out of style. That's a great ban actually from YG. We did say that the Cho as well as a Jawhead that could be the potential for YG because of the niche potential that should get out of that hero. For Mythic Seal, yeah, maybe Lucas or Fredrin could be a good ban. But yeah,
Yeah.
Lucas is probably the best
Yeah.
ban here for Mythic Seal.
Lucas.
Oh, they said ban Fredrin.
Fredrin. Okay. So they don't care about the Lucas and they don't care about the Shuyu. They're letting
Yeah.
them pick it. Okay. Just go ahead. Because we have an answer to those type of heroes. The
Oh, no,
Varia.
I think that was a bad ban. Now the Jawhead is open for Mythic Seal.
We shall see.
Okay, that's
Jawhead up against the Granger. Good answer against the Granger. But okay, they will just Up for the
Gatot Catcher, yeah.
Gacha.
Yeah, same
Right.
idea. I
Yeah.
think you have some sort of protection for Kimi, and then this will be a last pick gold lane or mid lane because Mythic, although they got this Kimi, it could be flexed to the gold lane as well. So now YG, they're thinking we need an assassin, but we also need some sort of utility, some sort of HP based damage.
Show
That's
you.
difficult. Oh, what if they go Alpha Matilda here? I think.
Oh, it's show you. Show you, Franco.
Franco. Yeah, Blink was phenomenal
Yeah.
yesterday. So
Hook City.
yeah,
This time Blink bringing back the Franco just like yesterday. Was such a great Franco pick from him. And with this, Mythic Seal will close out with the Faramis. Okay, to keep the Kimi safe. Mythic
keeping
Seal yet again. Do you
Yep.
agree that they drove the draft this time?
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
This premise is a great answer against the Zushin in some degree because you don't have burst damage after the Franco ultimate. You don't have like AoE damage from like a Sicilian, maybe an Edith. No, that's not available. You only have the Granger. So if the Franco eventually snags someone, there could be the Framis to help him to help that out, and then they can win the team fight afterwards. So that makes a lot of sense. And then you have the Gadot Kachat for the counter. Usually, you don't want to play the Franco if there's already a Gadot Kachat in the opposite because it can be countered easily. So I'm surprised that they still went for the Franco, but we'll see if this will work. So far, YG will be in a world of hurt. I think Mythic Seal have done it again when it comes to the draft.
Wow. Mythic Seal just proving to YG that they're always two steps ahead from whatever strategy that YG has. I do agree. The Franco, of course, if every time you pop the hook or just go for the bloody hunt, the taunt of the Gatot Kacha can just cancel you out. But then again, okay, counter blinker from Nico as a Stampede will just keep him safe. But that was a close call. Nice, nice poke from Team YG.
You can see Zippy already winning the fight versus Stitch, and I think that the Kimi is actually favored in a matchup. What you do is push the lane out, and I think the benefit of having the Kimi is to win the lanes. And okay, YG are using the Franco hook to actually win when it comes to the jungle matchup.
Yeah, to
jungle
delay.
creeps. Yep.
Just to delay Ken. It's not for kills, but rather it is for
There's a
steals.
combo.
Another hook, 2 for 2. Yushin, Lina, and Blink Franco, the
Yeah.
telekinesis hook combo.
Yes, that's the
Vintage
combo.
MOBA combo. But Tempest of Blades, wow!
God, oh my
Ken,
goodness!
4 blades in your face.
4 blades to the face. Ken gets out of there. And then actually recalls out. That is a double kill for the Ling at 2 minutes.
Cool guys
That
doesn't
is
look
disastrous.
disastrous. Cool guys doesn't look at explosions, Mr. Wolf.
Yeah. And even up top, you can see that the Kimi is leading by a big margin up top. Every time that stage does not have the Rondo, or the Rhapsody, I mean, in the Rondo, Zippy can just get into his face. That's how strong the Kimi is right now.
Yeah. And again, Mythic Seal outwitting Team YG in the first few minutes of this game as a Boye trying to tank everything up. Han steals the turtle. Another Tempest of Blades. Ying falling low. But Han is the only one dying from that situation. Was that an even trade? Was that a good trade? A turtle for a kill?
Definitely not, and that's just the first turtle, and they lost their jungler. Potentially will lose some of the jungle creeps as well, because that is actually the byproduct of losing your jungler in the turtle teamfights, in the turtle objectives. He has to respawn, and then the opposing jungler can actually steal some of the
Like this.
important objectives, like this one.
Just like this. This is the counter invade after the turtle. Ken just in the vicinity trying to maybe at least get a poke. But 3 heroes are there to defend the orange buff for Team YG.
Kun evidently making a mistake, being overly aggressive in there. Nico gets out using the flicker. Having to use the flicker is not the best thing in the early stages, but yeah, he kept himself alive. So
Yeah.
Mythic Seal actually, I mean YG have equalized just because of some of the mistakes that we've seen
Yep.
from Kun.
Yeah, it still has the comeback potential. Also, the 50-50 potential of the Franco. Even though there's not a huge burst for Team YG, a hook is still a hook. A suppress is still a suppress. And a pickoff is still a pickoff. So, with that being said, Team YG just relaxing and keeping their composure. Not really reacting too much against the aggressiveness of Team Mythic Seal.
Uh, what happens after is YG is going to focus on
Okay.
the next objective. Oh,
Hook is there, slashes. That is the altar coming in. Okay, counter go with the AOG. Nice taunt from Team Mythic Seal. Boye saving the life of his ally together with Nico. So no kills
Yeah.
whatsoever.
That's the benefit of the fairness. But
Yep.
that is an ultimate. Well, they did exchange all of their ultimates, so I think it's pretty even for both teams. So it's not gonna be up to the junglers.
Here comes Ken.
Oh.
Ken coming in. Tempest of Blades once again. Ken will just transition to the turtle. Nice kill. Han is down. No jungler. That's why he's going for the turtle. There's the zone from Kun, but it's not too tanky. Then again, the exchange was to get the turtle. 3-1. Sorry, 3-4 in favor of Mythic Seal.
Definitely Mythic Seal winning that trade because they got the kill to Han once again. Although they've lost their phobias after the fight, which they probably didn't need because they are able to kill off the jungler anyways. They still fought, so I think that Kun has to kind of calm down a little bit because he's actually feeding some kills to YG for the past 2 years.
He's
But
in
nevertheless, yeah, isn't so much in heat, but unfortunately, that will not benefit Mythic Seal in the future. As a Phoebus, you need to kind of constantly farm. So he has to calm down a little bit, but that doesn't change the fact that Mythic Seal are very happy right now with the state of the game. Ling and the Kimi having a great farm, so
Okay.
they now lead.
Yet again, another combo with the telekinesis and the hook, but the altar! Nico with almost saving Kun right there. But again, a pickoff is a pickoff. That's your problem for Team YG. That's their that's their solution for this macro play that this Mythic Seal is doing.
Yeah, Mythic Seal. Although you would say that that's another kill of the Kun, right? So it's not really good. But Blink actually was the main culprit, able to get the hook and the flicker.
Oh,
Okay.
good target. A vital target for Team YG. There you have it. Stitch with the Rhapsody. Boye is down. Double kill for Stitch. Tempest of Blades once again for the Ling. 4 Blades. Trying to get all of the normal hits. It's only Kun and the Ling left here. 4-on-1 situation. Han. There's your clap back for Team YG.
A big clap back from Team YG again with the initiation, with the lockdown from Blink. But this time, Ying also contributed so much, catching Zippy Cutie, the most important target in that team fight. Then Kun once again dying as the Phobius. This means that YG will take the lead this time.
Once again,
7 minutes, yeah, they've got it.
once again, Wolf, Blink welcoming us to Hook City.
Hook City.
Yes, proper targeting on that hook. Great accuracy from Blink. Huge swing in the gold. Look at that, 2K gold lead right now for Team YG.
This is such a massive lead, an important lead as well that Mythic Seal have lost just because of the fact that they continue to fight and they get hit by the hooks coming out from Blink. Be surprised how big of a swing that was. And now YG are very confident. They're able to push the bottom lane.
Yeah.
Some transition into the purple buff. Blink is looking for another catch.
Okay.
But,
That was too
okay, that's
advanced
weird.
for Blink.
Yeah, too advanced.
Too advanced. And
So,
again,
Lina was able to go for the lift, but they did combo that with the hook,
With the
so
hook.
it's interesting to me. But then again, that's a Gatot Kacha, so it's probably not worth it to spend your resources for that hero.
because he's just kind of AOG out, right? And he has the passive. Yet again, they're scaring the hell out of Mythic Seal because of the lantern and hook combination. And with this, Team YG now in control for the first time in the series. Controlling the remote. Controlling the game. Controlling the face of the game.
Thought there will be a push from Ken. Stitch is already here going for the poke. Lina wants to go for a lift. Not gonna get it.
Oh, but
And
Ken,
they defend.
yeah, but you can
Ito
feel
Subadang, Ying.
you can feel the burn
that's
though.
why.
You can feel the burn from the lantern.
Yeah.
Yeah, just one combo already half health from that lantern from Lina. There's a reason why we saw a lot of Zushin ban yesterday up against Lina. What a masterful usage of the Zushin.
Yeah, Zushin is such a good hero that we have right now in the meta. Divine Blade for ZP QT.
Okay.
Don't know if that's the best choice for this Kimi.
Okay.
Oh, there's the combo.
Franco combo. There is again the Shadow Realm to save. Shadow Realm being popped. This crack is already also done by Ying. 8-5. No casualties whatsoever.
But that's a lot of flickers as well. A lot of battle spells. 2 flickers, 1 revitalized, and then 3 big ultimates. It's done for the count. YG definitely gonna get a secure Lord. And now YG are ahead by so much. 9 minutes in, 4K for the Yangon Galacticos team that struggled in the early stages. Mythic Seal just ran out of fire, but Blink steals that buff. Oh
Blink.
my goodness!
Just flipping the table, flipping this game around. Team YG, of course, stealing the buff. But look at that from behind! Stitch is down! What a flank from Ken!
Well, timing coming out from Ken, catching Stitch off guard and kind of equalizing this game or stabilizing this game. They will still lose their top lane tier 2 turret, but that would give them an opening because of the fact that there is no Ranger, there is no push or additional extra push coming out from YG. So Mythic Seal, they're gonna normalize for a little bit now. They've lost control of the tier 2 turret, but at least they don't get to lose more.
Yeah,
Despite YG having the Lord.
still that is quite a clutch movement from Ken to at least give Mythic Seal more space to farm and more opportunity to at least gain the lead once again. Maybe we're gonna see more of those. Another hook landing. Boye, will he pop the AOG out? He's too tanky. That is, of course, Death Sonata from Stitch to poke. The purple is the target. Ken getting the purple. That's your hook once again. Okay, the pull from Nico. AOG, but Winter Truncheon. There is the Shadow Realm being popped. Look at the pokes from Lina again with this lantern. Quite an itchy lantern damage right there. 8-6. YG keeping their composure.
Yeah. Although it's understandable for YG to not get anything out of that afterwards because of how calm they are. And they can keep doing this. I mean, they can keep doing this because they have the Ranger. Anyways, good scaling of those heroes. Zushin eventually is a problem in the late game. And they have the Franco. So no matter what happens, they have a win condition here.
Yes, sir.
At all stages of the game with the Flicker, with the Bloody Hunt, and then the Winter Crown that he actually picked up, it means that there is always a chance for them to lock down their opponent. So I think that YG are now in a very comfortable spot.
Yeah,
For
they
Mythic
are.
Seal though, their late game is also pretty strong. Eventually the Phobos will be a problem. Eventually the Ling is a big problem. And then the Kimi obviously. So much damage in the all in the mid game as well as the late game. And also always a threat with those pokes of the open using the ultimate.
I think if you're Stitch, every time you see Blink do the hook, you just don't show yourself first. I think, or maybe just bait Ken with a wind chant item, a wind of nature, because it's always like that. We always see hook burst damage, and then Ken will just flank out and do an outplay. So hopefully Stitch can just position himself to and make sure that he's safe against this link.
Oh.
Then again, Lina falling
Oh my
low.
God.
It's not Stitch. It is Lina who is the target.
Oh,
Ken,
Armis ult.
great. target selection and great shift of the clutch there by Ken.
Yeah.
Getting
had to-
Lina.
Ken had to pop the Tempest of Blades, but look at that, Nico taken out easily, but the Famous Ultimate was useful before. Now they don't have it. Kun is low, doesn't have the flicker. He will be taken out. There's the taunt from Ying, damage from Zippy, but look at that hand! Woo! The Wind Chant is perfectly timed, and the Lord has been reset, but that means that Lina will be back in the game now.
Yeah, this is 4 on 5. There's a tower in the top lane also in favor of YG. Nico doesn't have the ultimate yet. 20k on this Lord. Okay, Ying is here also. He wants to do a zone. Blink. Also zoning 3 heroes. Ken trying to poke. There's your hook. There's your flicker. There's your bite. And another one bites the dust. Blink once again. Crucial pick off. Lord is in the hands of Team YG.
Even more so coming out from Ying, initiated for Blink. He's the first one to stun the Link, and then the chain stun was there. Blink timed it so perfectly that Ken wouldn't be able to pop his ultimate. Another hook. Now boy is in trouble.
Oh my.
Boy, you're down. Now Blink. My God, welcome to Hook City.
Hook
And who's the
repeat.
mayor?
It is
Mayor
Blink.
is Blink.
Mayor Blink. Hook repeat. Hook repeat. Blink. Putting on a show with this Franco.
Hook City. Blink is already fishing for more.
Hook City, baby.
Now they have pushed up. Hook City, baby. Now Mythic Seal. All of their eggs are in that Ken basket, but it seems like there's already an answer for Blink. It's gonna be started by Ying, and then take note, they have the Winter Crown.
Okay.
Oh, Nico.
Nice pull coming
Nico.
in from Nico. 320 gold, and that is a double kill for Ken. Nico saving this game.
Oh my. Oh my.
Nico clutch, baby.
Clutch, Nico Clutch, baby. You can see that. You can see him initiate with the flicker and the triple stampede, I believe. Gets it onto 3 people, and obviously the damage was there. Combo it up with the Phobius. That's a lot of chain stuns that you saw from Mythic Seal. They have broken out of their base for now. They're still behind by so much though. But the fact that you can do that with Nico, that is actually Mythic Seal finding light at the end of the tunnel. Maybe this is a fight that they can actually win.
That will definitely boost up their confidence. Nico with a great find. But can they do it again? You need to do it again. Boye falling low. AOG not gonna be enough for him to escape. As a Team YG trying to wreak havoc. There's your Shadow Lamb once again. ZP will get the kill. No more Stitch in this game. Hook will miss. 1 for 1. That's a tank for a gold laner. Mythic Seal, they're still alive.
They're still alive. 30 seconds before the Lord respawns. Fortunately for YG, that is enough for Stitch to get into the fight. And Mythic Seal will also have to mind the lanes. I think that in the upcoming Lord fight, it's going to be very tricky, but Mythic Seal is not supposed to get the advantage. YG, by pushing all of the lanes, they get the lane priority, and they also have enough team fighting tools to fight around this Lord. So Mythic Seal will have to push the lanes as fast as possible, get back, and YG can use this in their advantage. They can just prolong this Lord for as long as they need it, so that they will eventually get the lane advantage.
YG is gonna be so devastated, Wolf, if they even lose this now. They have a huge lead earlier. Hook. Tempest of Blades to dodge. There's your kill. 40 seconds down onto Blink. Nice telekinesis once again from Lina. Boye falling low, but he has the passive to at least soak up all of the damage that YG is delivering. 13 to 11. It's 4 on 5. Nico still has the ultimate.
Oh my.
Shadow Realm is still online, Wolf.
Exactly, so they can fight out. I think the YG.
Okay.
It's device, but it will not happen. Oh no, Lina forced to use the ultimate.
Okay, 12 seconds still for Blink.
Oh,
Shadow Realm once
Paramis.
again. The Paramis ultimate. Stitch falling low. Winchan being popped. There's your buy and sell. There's your mortality. That is the Winter Crown also. being wasted. As Mythic Seal will try to balance the defense and the Lord attempt. Blink is now alive.
Ken does not have the ultimate and has to back down, and then Han, the moment that they see this, they can actually burst this Lord, and that's exactly what they're doing right now.
It's a gamble. Zippy with a killing spree. The Lord will go in the hands of Han. They gambled it out, Wolf. Here we go.
Oh, no.
There's the chase. Ying trying to chase out Zippy. Zippy dashes out, flickers out. Han will take down Nico. Nico has the passive. He's gonna be alive right now. Here
Oh
we
my
go.
God.
Tempest of Blades. But the lantern, it's just so irritating for Mythic Seal to handle.
Ken versus the world.
Ken just running away.
Gets
YG,
out.
YG, they want to end this.
Oh, definitely they have the advantage now. That was such an error for Mythic Seal, showing their link in the defense. And I understand though, Ken did not have the Tempest of Blades. That's why he did not even attempt to fight. Ken is low now, but Nico, naturally a Fire Mist can actually defend easily.
Yeah, because of the Stampede.
Stampede
Because of the bursters. Yeah,
Yeah.
Ghost Bursters again.
Oh.
Nico saving the day once again. But
And, yeah.
how
You can
long
see that-
can you sustain this?
You can see that there is a little bit of a calm after the storm right now, but we know for sure that it's gonna break out real soon.
We shall see. 1 minute left for the next Lord. Hook will miss. It's always a 50-50 game with the Franco. We're now in the 20-minute mark. It is now the late game showdown for Mythic Seal and YG.
Whew.
Every minion matters right now.
Every spell, every minion, every cooldown, they all matter now. Ooh.
You can hear, of course.
Possible conceal. They want to go for Ying. Yeah, but I think that YG can just play this game out where they have the advantage for the lanes.
Yeah.
So they can actually outsmart their opponents right now. Mythic Seal.
Maybe they can set up a trap for Ken.
Maybe.
Every time Ken goes for the split, they just gonna wait for Ken to reveal himself. Just a flicker in, and for Blink, just flicker in and just bite him out. Just bite him down and stun. There you go. They're targeting him. Look at that. They're trying to locate his position. Here's Blink. Blink. He has the hook. Okay, there's the bite. Oh no!
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh no! Like what we've said.
Oh my god, that's a minute.
That's the trap. You fall into my trap, Ken boy.
Oh, what a smart decision from YG. That is such a smart play from what they did. And now they will take the Lord so easily. Mythic Seal, they have to pull out all the stops. How can they defend against this?
He fell for the trap, Mr. Wolf.
Fell
Mr.
for the
Wolf.
trap indeed.
Just like Pegasus.
Yeah.
Like Milan.
And Yugi Boy.
And Yugi Boy.
Oh no. This is
Ken
so bad.
out for 10 seconds. Can Nico yet save the day? Boye will just target out minions. The Lord is here. This is a level 3 Lord. AOG! It's nothing but germs! Okay! There's your defense! Is it enough? No! YG!
Woo!
YG resetting this game
Yeah.
to a best of 5.
And we thought that YG is already like running out of ideas. They don't have the advantage, but it seems like there is that magic defense that you can see from Mythic Seal. But you saw that at the last moment, during the time that they needed to do something creative, they set up a bait, and you can see that YG just ran into the trap so easily. They got taken out, and that was Ken, the most important hero in that kind of situation,
He was-
that was taken out.
He was
And
definitely
the push was there so
cocky. Yeah.
easily.
I think he saw
Wow.
Blink there and he was like cocky, like I'm gonna dodge this.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna dodge the hook. I'm gonna dodge the dismember. But then again,
The bloody hunt.
the bloody
Yeah.
hunt. Blink just showing to us that one of my ace picks is definitely the Franco. I think that's his Pikachu. That's his Dark Magician.
Yeah.
Blink is putting on a show in this grand finals. Wow, what a performance from this
What a
Franco.
performance indeed. Oh,
With that,
my goodness.
I'm gonna give you 2 bell rings, Blink.
Very much deserving, right? Of because of what he did. I think it's important to take note that this is a last pick Franco that we said that might not be the good pickup because there's the Faramis. Oh, there's a potential for the Faramis and there's also that Kacha. But we forgot the fact that there was a combo. Telekinesis into the hook was available. They have the lift into the hook. They have the lantern from this Zushin that can actually activate that hook. And they did not stop their Manjin. In fact, they used another tech. They used the Badang for the setup. So it's like, surely Blink is already hitting some of the hooks really well. We just, not without any kind of setup. But the fact that you factor in another additional layer of way for them to actually
Catch,
fight with
yeah.
this Franco, that gave them the advantage of having so many ways to approach a team fight.
It's a great day for them to do fishing.
Yes, sir.
A great day to do fishing. Wow. Fish scrap onto the hook, lantern onto the hook. And he ain't even using the hook to like just get the kills in the early stages of the game. He was using it to cancel out Kent's farm, to cancel out, to steal the golem, to steal the crammer. Just a smart way to utilize the Franco pick for Team YG. Huge pick off in the bottom side. Ken was just too cocky for me to describe in that last few moments, because we said it, right? Like we said it, like the plan here is to set a trap for the splitting link,
Yeah.
and he fell for the trap. He fell for the trap card, Ken boy. You fell for the trap card, Ken boy.
Yeah. You can see in the post game stats that this is a 22-minute game, so probably the items will not matter as much. But one thing that we have to take note is the itemization coming out from Blake, the man of the hour. He went very early Winter Crown after the feeding time, so you can see that he's not actually tanking for the team. Eventually, he took the tanky items, but he did not start that way. Even as a roamer, you're kind of always thinking about your item build where you want to be a little bit more tanky, but with the decision that we saw from YG, this Franco didn't have to be the tank because it was either the Zushin and the Badang that actually fronts for the team because they can sustain themselves. And then this Franco is just always off the map. Like you cannot see him. Then you'll just be surprised that you get hooked eventually.
And you tell me, Wolf. You tell me the problem. You tell me why am I always getting caught by the hook? It is because Blink is just so good. 15 assists, make that 15 hooks out of 17. For sure, right? For sure.
Yep.
I'm not gonna be surprised if it's Blink. And we called it. We called it.
It's Blake. It's Blake.
Yes, sir.
I think he played so well in this game. Super duper commendable. I believe that his itemization was really good. He rushed the Winter Crown, and obviously, he's utilizing his skill as a good hook player, I guess, or Franco hook player. But he also uses his teammates. I think that their communication is just pristine in this game. They're just connecting their stuns. They're utilizing the bloody hunt in a good manner. You can see Blake, even as a Franco, he's just in the backlines. He's not fronting for the team because he knows that it's not gonna be the it's not gonna be the best scenario for them to always just fight and fight and fight with Blink in the front lines, right? So they have to wait for their proper timing. And so far, YG has been successful in this game because of that kind of mindset. It's a very disciplined mindset, a very calculated one. And despite them winning in the early stages, they did not get too overly confident.
That's a secondary initiation, of course, the hook. Then again, a lot of we did expect that this game might go all the way, and we did expect that this game will go to a high kill count game.
Yeah.
And I expect Team Mythic Seal to maybe change now the strategy right now, change the blueprint, edit it out, go ahead and find an architect and like just okay, maybe let's not pick an early or maybe let's just change the strategy, or maybe let's just ban out the Franco. Maybe let's ban Blink.
Yeah, I think I understand though. I think the first three picks were really good for Mythic Seal. In fact, I would still say that the draft was pretty
In
even.
favor, yeah.
We did not, yeah, maybe not in favor of Mythic Seal, but more like a 50-50 scenario where they can win it. But especially with the opening, I really like how they opened this. But I think that they should have just taken taken into consideration the early stage of the game where where there's a lot of combos, because what happened was, okay, they might be able to dodge some of the hooks, but they cannot dodge a combo like the Zushin with the lift in combination with the hook kind of combo. So they just have to respect those kind of that's kind of stuff.
I kind of feel that somehow, some way they underestimate
Yes,
their enemies, and I do agree. So you just change your mindset, just respect the hell out of your opponent. That of course they're pros, right? So definitely they will land all those 3-pointers
Yeah,
if you give them an open shot. So
yeah.
Mythic Seal definitely needs to reset. Again, a 50-50 game. It's still a 50-50 matchup for this match, for this championship game. Here we go. Fanny. Now there's a change of sides. Blue side will now go to MS, and YG is now on the red. Do you give away the Jushin? We're not seeing any Lucas priorities right now. Instead, we see what we see is the Kalea instead.
Yeah, I think the Talia is I guess it's a very important hero, because if it's an offering for a trade, usually you want a hero that has almost the same value when it comes to trade, right? If not the actual same, at least when it comes to weight, it's gonna be the case. For example, Zushin and Kalea, I think that's a fair trade. And then Mythic Seal now are pushing YG to ban the Kalea because they did ban the Zushin. So this could be another Kalea first pick if left unchecked by YG. So yeah, very good ban. Now you think, do you pick up the Hayabusa first? Do you pick up maybe the Badang first actually? As we've seen that it is
I think
strong.
Hayabusa is good.
Yeah.
Or do you go
Hayabusa
for
or
the Kimi?
Lucas?
Kimi again? Lucas?
Maybe not in the first pick. They can afford to wait for the proper opening for the Kimi to be picked up.
Okay.
I believe that the Badang is such a strong pick as well. They pick up Phobius first, despite Kun not having a great game in that game. Maybe this is the time where he said, "Coach, let me bounce back, Coach.
Yeah, let me prove
I'm
to
gonna
you
redeem
my
myself.
skill.
Let me redeem
yeah.
myself, Coach."
Yeah. Come on, Coach. Give it to me. Phobius. Another Phobius game for Mythic Seal. Quite interesting that you give away a lot of S tier picks, right? So, Badang and Granger. Now, do you go for the Lucas for Mythic Seal, or do you just give it away? Do you just answer with the Shuyu?
Yeah, I think in this scenario you have you're not required to get the Lucas, because they can actually swing it for a utility jungler route. But then you have to get the. I think it's worth it to get the Kimi now. Yep, they will take the Kimi.
Kimi
And then the Hayabusa to go with it. So yeah, we think they almost open with the same hero composition as game number 1. However, YG, what they can do now is, they don't have a good jungler actually. Maybe get the Suyu immediately because if Mythic just bans that Suyu out, they will not have a good answer afterwards. Or actually, maybe get the Fredrin
Frank-
right now.
Fredrin. I should say that the
Yeah, get
Franco
the
is
Fredrin right now.
Franco is still available. We might see another Franco game.
Oh.
But there's your Lucas, finally.
Yep.
After 3 games.
Yeah, after 3 games. Mythic Seal, I think it's worth it to ban the Franco now.
Yeah.
The
Franco or
Hayabusa
Cho?
can have a good time. Yeah, Franco, Cho, and maybe even the Matilda, because some teams are using the Matilda in combination with the Lucas actually, which is a strong combo, very strong combo.
Okay. We're looking at the Franco. We're also looking at mid laners for both of the squads. Actually, the Kimi I think still is a flex type hero. But judging by game number 1, maybe Mythic Seal will utilize this in the mid lane. Yet again, Valentina, okay, interesting ban. Novaria is also open. We're seeing a lot of Novaria picks also for Team YG.
Yeah.
How about the Eve? Is it good for YG?
Eve, Eve versus the Hayabusa, not so much. And then you also have the full views, which, well, teams actually pick up the Eve versus the full views, so I think that's fine. But I think because of the Hayabusa, you'll just receive the ultimate for free. Like the Hayabusa could just ult you for free, so I don't think that will be a worthy then. Honestly, like the Franco and the
Cho.
Franco, Cho, and even the Matilda for Mythic, Nick, watch out for that.
Or maybe
However,
they
I
can,
think YG will just pick up the mid laner in their 4th pick, so that they can make sure that this Badang and the Lucas are still flexed. Because the Lucas can be played EXP and jungler, Badang can be played EXP and roam. So it would be best if they 4th pick their mid laner. Maybe a
Right now,
Farsa.
yeah.
And the Cho
Cho.
themselves. Yeah, I think YG will just go Matilda.
I think YG is trying to trap Mythic Seal from banning the Franco also. Okay, but they banned out the Faramis. So for you need to pick the mid lane right now for YG.
Farsa makes a lot of sense.
Farsa Vixana, lot of AoE burst damage.
Or Eve. But yeah, like I said, yeah,
Ooh.
Luye. Forgot about that.
Yesterday we saw that
Saw
Lina
that. Yeah,
on this Lu Yi.
pretty good.
We did see how he utilizes the diversion, not just for team fights but for split push.
Yeah. Okay, so they need some sort of defense here from Mythic here. What if they pick up the Matilda? Yeah, they can actually pick up the Matilda in combination with the Fulvius. That's okay. And then they can put this Kimi in the mid lane, but maybe they can go with Joy Farce. Oh, Gatot and Selena
Gatot,
is their
Gacha.
choice.
I kind of feel that like the Mekong players, like they don't want the Jawhead. Like
Seems so.
I'm not,
It seems so.
yeah, I'm not seeing any Jawhead picks
Yeah.
since yesterday. So they rather prefer the Gatot Gacha or maybe a Franco once again.
Yeah,
Glue,
so-
though.
So the glue. Yeah, very tanky hero. Great versus the Phobius in lane. It's okay, but massive versus the Kimi.
Yeah, it's
And
great against the
after-
Kimi.
After seeing that the Kimi was going to be the gold dealer for Mythic Seal, YG just thought, okay, let's pick up the glue and then we will not have any problems afterwards. I think this is a pretty smart move from
I like the
YG.
Yeah, I like the glue.
Picking up the glue.
The glue is
And-
also good against the Hayabusa, I think.
Yes, sir. So yeah, it's really good versus so many heroes of Mythic Seal.
Yeah. XP lane matchup. It's gonna be vital in this game. Ladies and gentlemen, I kind of feel, I'm not being biased. I predicted the Mythic Seal, but in game number 3, the steering wheel is now in the hands of YG because of this glue. There's a revamp, right? For the glue.
This you're right.
2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago?
yeah.
3 weeks ago? This is a new
No,
glue,
it
but
was 2 weeks
still,
ago. 2 weeks ago.
he's
Plays the same.
he plays the
Feels
same. The effect that he gives
Yes.
in the game, like just running down heroes, is still the same.
I think glue is such a strong hero, and I'm actually surprised that teams are not using the glue as much as they're using it right
Yeah,
now. But
'cause-
maybe that's because people are still catching up on how
Yeah.
good the glue is. Maybe they're just looking for the proper way to utilize this hero.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
'Cause
really
that's-
like this hero.
Because at level 2, you already have your like old ultimate, right? The split.
Yeah,
And yeah, with that, it's still a very irritating hero. It's
it's called
just
spread now.
spread now. Okay,
Yeah.
it's there to just irritate you. The arrow will miss. Okay, Ken. Expected the arrow to land, as a Mythic Seal will just back away, and will farm again.
Yeah. I think the Selena is going to be annoying for YG later on. It's also nice to have that extra vision that you get from the traps against the Louis. So I think it just makes a lot of sense for Mythic Seal to pick up the Selena. However, there is some catch because YG can actually just tank through. They went in for 3 tanky dudes, right? Badang, Lucas, as well as the Glue. So this Selena is not gonna have the best time when it comes to landing the arrows,
Yep.
but does have a lot of significance because of the vision that it provides.
Here we go. Turtle attempt. Easy turtle for Han. Here comes the Lucas. Pops the ultimate. Pops the Fox. Okay, but that is the Phobius landing the demonic forces after demonic forces. He's falling low, boy, yeah. But Ken will take and go for the last hit. Ken gets a free kill. 1-0 for the Hayabusa. Nico. Oh wow, okay. Nice catch there from Nico.
Ooh.
And there's a recall. 3-0 already.
Okay, teleport play. It's
For
gonna be
Mythic
good.
Seal.
Blink and Lina onto the backlines. Moya in trouble. Gets the revitalize. And Ken will steal the orange. So I think Mythic are still happy about this. Gonna catch him with the ultimate.
wow.
Catch Blink. And now Kun, despite having a lot of struggles in the previous game, now he's on. This Phobius is
Wow.
2-0 and 1.
This is definitely bad news for YG. Hashtag outplayed.
Whew.
Mythic Seal with the retaliation outplay. Immediately turning this game to a 4-0 2K lead.
0 with the Hayabusa once again. It's very, very scary. You gotta have to think about the snowballing potential of this Hayabusa.
Yeah, scary.
At the same time, you have to protect your Granger because eventually there will be a call from Mythic Seal to go onto Stitch because now Stitch is the only hero that's untouched by Mythic Seal.
Yeah. And he's the only one with maybe the damage that can land.
Yeah.
The poke, I mean. Again, you like what you've said, 3 tank heroes for YG. Lucas has the damage, but then again, he one of his objective is just to soak up and be a meat shield. 4 minutes, 4 kills. Ken threatening the hell out of Stitch. There's your arrow. But they're setting up for the turtle. They know that there's no Granger in the vicinity. There's no Granger around. Mythic Seal. They want to go for another aggressive play. There's your spread, Ken. Pops the quad shadow. There's your fox form from Han. Okay, there's your team fight. AOG coming in. That is again the hair being pulled right now. Kun pops the ultimate of the glue, but look at CP's position. Free hit and the traction falls from behind. 2 heroes are now down for YG. Nico just being hasty in the top lane, in the bottom lane, I mean. 2 for 3, but all in favor of MS.
Whew, Mythic Seal. Oh no, Stitch in trouble! Look at the
another
damage
kill.
from Zippy. Well, he will get the kill, so I think it's actually
A bonus kill
but
also.
Yeah, that's a bonus kill. However, Mythic Seal is just winning the team fights, as you are seeing with Ken just baiting out YG. I'm actually surprised that the Quad Shadow was popped very early, but that helped the Mythic Seal in the end because YG was so baited into that fight that Ying had to pop the ultimate onto the Phobius. The Phobius is not gonna die anytime soon, and that allowed the Selena to deal the damage onto Han. So YG couldn't protect their jungler during the Lord team fight just because of the fact that they got baited by Ken.
Yeah. Super great bait from Ken. A slippery Hayabusa now. Now it's too hard for Team YG to catch that Hayabusa. Their only chance is to get a good stun from the Badang. Okay, trying to get Zippy. Zippy dashes out. Kun is here. AOG hits nothing but germs. It's 8-3. Mythic Seal. Counterplay after counterplay. This is gonna be hard for Team YG. All the chances that they have is definitely failing in the first 7 minutes of this game. What they need to do right now is just be patient and just honestly clear waves and maybe not do risky initiations. Maybe wait for an item spike to at least get damage up against this Hayabusa. 2-0. Another turtle. This is I think the third turtle of the game. As a Team Mythic Seal now setting it up.
Yep. And YJ are on the back foot once again. Ying can be the target. Look at that. The taunt into
Taunt
the
arrow.
arrow.
Combo.
Oh my, the combo.
That's a huge stun. There's your Fox form once again from Naruto. Blink with the fist crack. Boye now falling low. Boye still has the passive. Boye is still alive. And Ken will get the turtle. 9-3. It's all in Mythic Seal.
Oh, Mythic Seal are just getting everything that they needed. And they have found their confidence once again. Like in the previous game, it all started with that first turtle fight that they have won, and it kind of feels almost the same, almost similar to how they operated the previous game. So it's looking really good for the Mythic Seal squad, and what they need to do is just to relax, just make sure that they cover their bases. And look at that, that is the problem that we're talking about. Early stage of the game, the Hayabusa can just one-shot this Granger.
Just one combo, right?
That's right.
One combo. One hit combo. That's a Pinoy term. That ain't even a real fighting game term. Or if you want a fighting game term, that's a super combo finish. For the Hayabusa, Ken, 4-0-2. Super snowball for this guy. Now also having the Malefic Roar. Oh no.
Oh no, indeed. This is okay. The stunts are quite annoying, obviously, but I can see that the only reason why Nico is very confident on landing all of these arrows is because they are so ahead. But you have to take note later, another combo can be incoming. Like you can see Boye already prompting for the stuns, Ying so much damage from long distance from Mythic Seal.
Oh my G. It's just all Mythic Seal this game. Can YG pull off another comeback arrow? Just to do the poke? And what else should we say, Mr. Wolf? Is just Mythic Seal with just a huge advantage. Oh my, look at that! Lina TP's in, pops a diversion, but he got scared away. He just run away, he just can't really handle the damage of Mythic Seal.
They just can't. They just get stuck in front, and Lina does not have the ultimate anymore, so no cheeky plays. Mythic Seal, they're confident now that they can take the Lord because there's no counterplay. They can even go for it. Some of the heroes, we see, Zippy in trouble. Look at Han!
Oh, Han falling low. Han trying his best, getting Zippy. But look at Kun! Unstoppable already. Okay, there's Ken. Ken slashing, dashing, and pops the slice The omnipotent slice. Omni slice from Ken. 4 heroes down. 14 to 5.
Oh, the slice coming out from Ken. And that was actually one of the better team fights for YG. You can't expect them to get something out of it. They still gambled. Han actually initiated onto Zippy, and they took out Zippy, but onto the backlines, we know that without Han, there's no damage dealers. Backlines. Stitch was taken out earlier on as well. And then Ken was looking for a big opening, 8-0
Ken,
into a
yeah.
clean Hayabusa game. And like I said, popping the ultimate, popping the shadow kill, the right target to
Right
maximize
time.
its potential.
Yeah.
And now he has the Blade of Despair.
Wow.
Scary before, he's even more scary now.
Ken is like being a juggernaut in this game. Just
Yeah.
just owning. It's the Ken show right now.
Kencho.
Okay. AOG.
Oh my
Oh, look
god.
at the damage output. Lots of bursts. But it was too early for Mythic Seal to enter. Ken was not not there yet. YG was able to pull off a defense.
Oh my. That's that was really scary for a little bit of time, but it's now super duper evident that it's difficult for YG to team fight once more, but they will still try. They're going for the teleport Playman Gene.
Okay.
They will catch Kun. They will bypass the Phobius, but they can find the
Diversion.
opening in the backlines. The diversion is not good. Blink
Oh.
is now in trouble. Kun takes out Stitch in the
Oh.
end. In comes Han, taken out by Ken. The timing was there. Great
Oh,
idea from
man.
YG, but they failed horribly, and now they're in big trouble.
They gambled. They gambled the chance. And now, I think they gambled the game. Is it endable? Ying trying his best to save this game, but it is not enough. The effort is not enough. 19 to 6.
Oh.
Mythic Seal putting this one in the bag.
2-1 in favor of Mythic Seal, and that's off of a great early game once again. In comparison to game number 1, this Phobius is so good. It was a first pick Phobius, and Kun really did struggle in game number 2. But come game number 3, he said, "Coach, give me the Phobius. I'm gonna bring it back. I'm gonna bounce back. I'm gonna show you how it's done." And indeed, he showed us how it's done. It's a wonderful play coming out from Kun. I believe that he only died once or twice this game. But most importantly, managing the Hayabusa.
Yeah.
Untouched this game, Ken was super in this particular game, and he showed us how it's done.
Then with the double N
Yeah.
together with Kun. Yeah, I agree with you, Kun. Just stepping up to the plate and just trying his best to prove to his allies that hey, we can still pull off the Phobius. It was just a bad game for me back in game number 2, and with a proper strategy, proper timing, and proper trust, a great amount of trust from his allies. Mythic Seal now once again 2 games away from getting the 7,500 USD.
Ever so near getting that W.
Yeah.
For getting the
Clean game.
big chunk, clean
Yeah.
game. And again, guys, this is the winner. The grand champions will win twice as much
Yeah.
compared to the second place.
Super great game from Ken, just running away with a clean slate. Like just so confident with the Hayabusa. Like he knows that he can just one shot heroes like the Lu Yi and the Granger. A nice attempt though from team YG. You cannot teach those that type of a trait to the players. Like just attempt, because we know that we're already losing, and with that attempt, maybe they will just regret it if they didn't do that. So still YG props in doing that attempt, but it was Mythic Seal just sealing this one.
Yeah, it was fairly easy for Mythic Seal to secure that one. We also know that we also know that if we are looking at the previous games, it's just who controls the first turtle of the game that eventually wins it. Although game number 2 went pretty long, but I think that's what it was pretty much decided by the first few minutes of the game. All right. So in terms of control of the early game, Mythic Seal so far in the past, technically speaking, 5 games that I've casted, or 6 games actually that I've casted for them, they won 5 out of the 6. That is including the upper bracket finals. And Manjin, what was common with all of those wins was that they are winning in the early stages of the game. I think all right, so they won 5 out of the last 6 against YG. 4 of those last wins were one-sided matches, and 1 win was a comeback. So Mythic Seal so far are winning so much against YG, and they are trying to take the championship as well with this kind of momentum.
Yeah,
so,
yep. in every aspect, right? In every aspect,
yes,
like
yes.
The strat, the height, the mind,
Right?
yeah, yes, and you said in every aspect, so in
far,
everything,
yes.
yeah.
So you're right. I mean, with this kind of momentum, they can keep on picking the Kimi, I think. So far, I think it has been 3 games, right, Manjin? So there are flexed 2 gold lane Kimis and then 1 mid lane Kimi. That's always the strength of having a flex pick, because you get so much creativity.
You get a chance to
chance to just flex it.
yeah, and a nice game again from Mythic Seal. This will definitely amp up their confidence coming into game number 3, and maybe just put this one away. 9-0 and 4 on the Hayabusa. Like, if you're gonna play that type of Hayabusa, you still wanna play another Hayabusa game in game 2, right? You're still in heat. You still wanna like combo in the air, like even though you're not in game.
Yeah, you want to continue with your momentum for sure, because you already know that you are heating up. So let's look at this is game number 2 actually. This is game 2. So
Game 2.
I think the comparison that we can make here is that Kun, we're looking at the Phobos is 1 in 4 at 13 minutes, and then eventually lost for a team. But if you compare that to Kun's performance in game number 3, it was night and day. It was the complete opposite. Kun was landing the right shots, targeting the right people. Unfortunately for Mythic, this is a loss for game number 2. YG winning it. What YG needs to do is to bring back this kind of moment, this kind of mojo. Okay. I think so okay. I think you're back. Yeah, but you're frozen. You're like you have the winter crown with you. Okay, you're back.
Wait, I'm gonna buy and sell. Okay, I now have the immortality.
Alright, immortality's back.
I'm good.
You cannot be killed anymore, Manjin. You
I'm
cannot
good.
be disconnected anymore
Yes,
after
sir.
this.
Yes, sir. What were you saying, Mr. Wolf? It was Kun, right? Kun's
Yeah, it was good
performance.
now. Yeah, sometimes hero players that have specific that has a specific job to play.
You know what?
Is,
You know what, Mr.
always yeah.
Sorry, you were saying?
Yeah, if you have a special job to do in the draft, you have to play it perfectly, and Kun played perfectly in game number 3.
Yeah, I just want to say that I'm listening. I was listening to Mr. LBJ's podcast.
Okay.
The what do you call the podcast? It was his podcast,
Mind the Game.
the Mind the Game podcast,
Mind
and
the
he said
Game.
that some games, some days are bad, some days are good. Some games you can't really put in a shot, can't really do a layup. Some games you just hit nothing but net. And Kun just reversing it down, just playing it really well in game number 3. Now coming into game number 4, man, because like in game number 3 it was so quick, it was super quick that our highlights is game number 2.
Yeah.
That's how fast the game is,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I understand. That's because
Right?
it's because of how fast the games went.
Yeah, it was super fast, and our highlights operator. Okay, wait, I can't really like go ahead and check out the highlights, and that's how good game number 3 is for Team Mythic
Yeah.
Seal. And with the confidence that they have, I can now say that they're now in the minds of Team YG.
Yeah, it kind of feels that way. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. It's like now if you're Team YG, you're now overthinking. There is that team that we have to think about. There is that Zushi. There's that potential of the Phobius as well, which as a matter of fact, Manjin, Phobius was not even the point of contention in the previous series.
Yeah.
And the series prior to this, Phobius wasn't really the target for any team.
Yeah.
It's not like the centerpiece. But this time, in the past 2 games, it eventually became the centerpiece. Maybe because of how the meta developed between these 2 teams, like how the drafts have developed.
The question is right now, because you told me that the Phobius right now is looking like the centerpiece of the series from game number 2 and 3. Will YG figure it out? Are they gonna like maybe steal the Phobius, or are they gonna answer the Phobius with something like maybe match it up with, I don't know, an XP lane that can punish him every time he pops the ultimate, or maybe what are the counters
Yeah.
for the Phobius?
That's difficult.
Is it
because,
Esmeralda? I don't know.
Because if you look at game number 2, it seemed like they have the damage. So usually, really, although you would look at Phobius and you would think that it's a very tank hero, that the answer is like true damage or like HP based damage. I feel like the real answer to the Phobius is lockdown. Like the Franco, for example, would have so much lockdown, because the thing is, Phobius cannot sustain himself if he does not deal the damage. If he cannot jump continuously, the Phobius is a very squishy hero. So maybe the answer now is to lock down this Phobius so that
Okay.
whenever they are going to be looking at the game,
So-
approach it in a way that they want to part of the Phobius, look for lockdown.
So you mean you can now go up for the Cho? You can now just prioritize. Again, we can't see any Jawheads here. Like, I kind of feel like it seems like they don't want Jawhead plays. The
Yeah.
Cho, Gatot Kacha, priority for sure. You know what? Just ban out the Phobius, I think, for
Yeah.
YG. Or steal it.
Okay.
Pick it from themselves. Pick it for themselves, I mean.
So yeah, in this case, the YG is going to be the first pick. I don't think that they should be first picking the Phobius, but they might consider it that. Maybe high pick the Franco and get a burst. So it's very difficult to deal with the Phobius for sure. Now that there's really so much attention on the other heroes, but at the same time, I think the bigger problem was the Kimi for the previous game. When it comes to the draft-wise, just the Kimi, because of how open it could be.
Yeah.
It can be used in many compositions, and it can also be used in multiple roles.
Yeah. Because the Kimi find ways.
Kimi, yeah.
Kimi finds ways. No, I was
Kimi
trying
finds
to.
ways.
I was trying to make a pun. Anyways, yeah, the extra stun from the bubble, the traction pulse. It is not a rocket anymore. That actually. I
it's
actually felt sad that I felt sad that it's not a rocket anymore. Anyways,
Is it not a rocket anymore?
it is
What
not
is it now?
called a rocket anymore. It is traction pulse.
Okay, traction.
Let me double
But it
check.
still is a rocket.
I don't know.
technically, right? Yeah. Okay, Zushin for YG. So the last time that they did this,
They were
went
successful.
in for Phobius Kimi. So I think Phobius Kimi is still the picker for Mythic.
Okay. Now do you ban the Franco?
You do, but
If you're Mythic Seal, or you steal it right away? Because for
No, you
sure
don't steal
YG they know that they might ban the Franco, so YG can lock it in, right?
Yeah. But I think you go Phobius and
Phobius Kimi.
Phobius and Kimi for Mythic.
Okay.
Let's see.
Phobius Kimi, and then you just counter the Franco. 'Cause for sure the Franco is coming, right?
Oh, Granger instead.
Ranger Phobius.
Okay.
So YG, do you?
Oh, this is smart. This is very smart because now you take away some comfort hero for YG.
Okay.
You go Kimi. I don't know if YG plays the Kimi, but they can play the Kimi in this game.
In the gold lane.
I think the better option is the.
I think
Actually, there's no better option because if you pick the Moskov is gonna struggle from the phobies because of the dashes, right?
I think you pick either the Cho or the Franco now also. Like lock in or lockdown. Or
At the same time, they need some success. So I think they go Badang again.
Badang, yeah, that's good.
Badang and probably Kimi, honestly. Or Suyu. Badang and Suyu
Okay.
should be the choice here for them.
Let's see.
Other option is the Lucas, but I think Badang. Fredrin.
Fredrin,
Okay, so there's your
okay.
lockdown.
Two huge lockdowns, an AoE taunt and the face crack combo, plus the lantern. So okay, a lot of AoEs for Team YG. Can Kun pull off yet another good day, another good game?
Let's see. You can go for the Kimi now for Mythic Seal. But then you also aren't flexing the okay, so they pick up the Kimi anyways.
Again. Okay.
Makes sense versus the Zushin, and actually decent versus the third one. So now you ban the Franco 100% if you're Mythic Seal.
Yeah.
Just ban it. Don't you don't even
Don't give it away.
They will not have the Faramis as well managing here, so they can't pick it anymore because of the Kimi. So I think the best case here for Mythic Seal is the ban Franco. Oh, there you go. Okay, so
Franco
still
ban.
got it, Nanji.
Still got it. Of course, they were that was the huge problem earlier, right? So
Yeah.
fool me once, shame on me. My bad. Fool me, yeah. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, you can't fool me again. So they banned out the Franco. Is that
Okay.
right? Ain't that right?
Ain't that right? So if you're YG, you ban Ling, and I don't know if they know about this, but actually Hanzo is eventually a problem. Oh, eventually, I understand why.
Okay.
It's some sort of
So-
additional.
So for sure, Mythic Seal will now go for the Gatot Kacha, right? It's like
Yes.
the only one remaining in the tank rotation that they always pick. So
Yeah, or a high loss maybe.
Hylos Kimi, such a great
Yeah, that's
combo.
a
Vintage,
strong combo.
vintage MLBB, MPL Season 3.
Okay. Apart from that, you may ban the. That's good. Maybe
I think you ban the
Moyi,
mid lane.
maybe. I think. Oh no, they don't need. Oh,
Hellcurt.
they ban Hellcurt.
That's
I don't
interesting.
know about this. That's very interesting.
Are they
Uh,
expecting the Fredrin to go XP and the Badang to
Maybe.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely intel that they got from somewhere.
Okay. So there's no Hellcurt. Team YG, are they aiming for another roam? Are they gonna ban Gatot? I think you ban
Yeah.
Gatot. If you're
Yeah,
YG,
Iban Gatot
change the
Kacha.
system, yeah.
And yeah, hopefully they ban the Hanzo actually because that could be a ban actually.
Link.
Oh, they ban the Link.
As you said.
Okay. But there's still Soyu, so Mythic Seal can just pick that up. They might go for their roamer now. Gatot or Jawhead makes a lot of sense. And even the Hylos is a good pickup. Between the three, I think I would pick the Hylos most.
Yeah, me
because,
too.
The Hylos. Okay, so they pick it
Still
up.
good.
Understandably so. It still makes a lot of
It's
sense.
part of the system. It is coded already in Mekong. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gatot is our main tank.
Oh, man, I can't think of a gold lane. Yeah, I think of a gold laner here for YG.
Moscow, bro.
Moscow against the.
Or maybe an Iritel. I think. Against the Kimi. And I think
or
against
one. How about no, not a 1-1. It's pretty bad.
one.
Maybe Clint. Not really.
Clint, I think is good.
I think they're left with the Irithel. They have no choice.
Ito. For me, Clint
then-
serves as an answer to the Granger.
Yeah, and the glue as well.
Carry!
Oh, Benedetta.
Carry through
Carry.
damage against the Phobius.
Sure. But still, you have to think about like the pokes that can come out from the team as well to range yourself. Now, Mythic Seal can just go for a good assassin hero in here.
Okay.
Joy? They don't have the Joy anymore.
How about Lancelot?
Hanzo is really good, honestly.
Shoyu.
Soyo, okay.
Keep it basic.
Of course, Sasuke.
Yeah,
Pick up
Sasuke. No more extra ad libs. Just keep it simple.
Yeah, keep it simple.
Show you.
Keep it sweet.
Yep. The simpler the better, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Fine.
Game number 4. This is the draft. I think I like the Mythic Seal draft more, 9G.
Yeah.
I'm not that convinced about the carry, but at the same time, you don't have a choice. The thing is, carry wants to dash so much as well, right?
Yeah.
It's dash dependent, the Phantom Step.
Yeah,
The
but
Phoebus is happy.
I think
about
the reason why you choose the carry is because every time the Phobius comes in, like you don't dash, you just answer him with the true
True.
damage. So
Just use your ultimate.
we shall see if that's the case. We shall see.
Yeah.
As a marksman player, though, like I would rather pick the Clint, but I'm not a pro, so
Yeah.
they're the pros.
The Clint, yeah.
Here
The
we
Clint
go.
makes a lot of sense, honestly. But yeah, we'll see.
Our producer, our director said that it's time to go to the game, Wolf.
It's time to get
Game number 4. Who's gonna get game number 4? Type in the chat. Are you team YG or are you team MYTH? Another Kimi. Is this the 4th Kimi game?
Yeah, this is so for the 4th gaming game. Yeah, you're right. This time it's going to be a mid-lane game. Nico is back at it, and I think it's a strong hero versus the Zushin.
Okay. Now they're trying to steal away that golem. And again, both of the teams just farming their early game. As Zippy will be the one who is gonna have the advantage in the first wave clear. Of course, that's a Granger. Now Han is at level 4. Finally, we're seeing a Brethren here.
And by the way, the Benedetta is also a dash-based hero, so yeah, I think this is overall a very good for this game. There's no big stun that can come out of YG, but they do have plenty of stuns. I think the Phobius inherently is good versus the Fredrin is inherently good against the Phobius because you have a lot of sources of stuns.
Yep.
So that could be the combo that YG is looking for.
We shall see if that's the case. As Mythic is just being patient and clearing out the waves, keeping it simple. Shoyu starting out the turtle, 7k health on the turtle. Nico is here also. Okay, Nico will go for the second skill dash. He will try to target one. Azan will take away the turtle. Boyena falling low. 2 heroes now down for Mythic Seal. It is YG getting the lead 3-0.
Yeah, Ken was not in the building during that time. YG found a big opening. Mythic Seal, for some reason, has actually allowed YG to enter their zone and just literally receive all of the damage. Because the combo was there, you can see the jump from Ying, and then in combination with Han, the elective final blow from Ying just dealt so much damage.
Yeah, he needs to be careful. Because again, if you're Kimi also, like the Benedetta, whenever the Benedetta reaches you, Electro Final Blow can definitely put you away, Ying. Falling low also. And we saw this yesterday, the Benedetta clutch pick from YG. Definitely turning the tides up against their opponents. And now, is it the same? It is the same. Will that happen again? Will history repeat itself? That's the question.
We find out.
Mhm.
Big question. But up top, you can see that the turtle will spawn there. So that's a level. That's a second turtle. And the fact that it's nearby the EXP means that this will be another 1v1 gold matchup. Oh no, Ken,
Ken.
that is pretty bad. I don't know how he got caught there, but that's the reason why I don't like the Soyu. I think the Hanzo would have been better, or even the Nona could be better. Because
Yeah.
the idea is once you get caught by any of the stunts of YG, you can't get out. This is a stun luck kind of combo from YG.
Yeah. I understand, right? Like the dash factor, the utility factor is better if you play like a super assassin like a Hanzo. But we shall see. Okay, YG trying to get another turtle. Ken. Oh, clutch retribution. AOG out for Boye, but it's not gonna be enough to keep him safe. Nico is here. Here's the retaliation play. Blink now falling low. Nico! Last pixel! Still has HP, still has the shield. No casualties for YG. But Mythic Seal will take away the turtle.
Yeah, they will take the turtle. Nice steal coming up from Mythic Seal. A much needed break for the team. Now Ken is recovering a little bit. The second turtle is so important for a team that lost the first turtle because that means that they do have the fighting chance. Nina had to pop the flicker as well. Nico is a threat. And that's how you know that the Kimi is an answer to the Zushin.
Yeah. Of course, Kimi. The long range, ability of that hero serves as maybe your ability to dodge out and position yourselves against the lantern, the pink lantern.
The pink lantern.
From Lina's Zushin. So great answer, yeah, I agree. On this Kimi. Zippy now also having the Sky Piercer. So Mythic Seal still in this game. Still not a huge advantage for Team YG.
Okay. It's a little bit of a shake-up here for OYG after losing that fight, but they didn't really actually lose the fight. They're still winning by a lot. They're still ahead by 3,000, and you're seeing that YG are still trying to take this game. Still in a big advantage to take this game. They have decent mid game. Their late game is not as good as Mythic's Hill though, because Mythic still has the double marksman setup that they have. But in order to get there, they have to run past this YG lineup with Stitch having 0 deaths. It means that come the first Lord fight, YG is in a very, very good spot.
Yeah. Of course, Stitch having the time of his life now, trying to join the team fight. There you go. Phantom stepping in, trying to possession in the turtle. That is the wheel Ken with the retribution. Now Hand falling low. Hand melting down. Hand tries to go for the ultimate, but he won't reach anyone. As Nico will try to escape, but then Nico will also fall down. But look at that. Zippy wrecking havoc. Triple kill. Flicker in.
Oh my
Rhapsody
goodness.
cancel. Ultimate. You will just take 4, Zippy. But then again, Mythic Seal with the lead.
And a massive lead at that Mythic Seal. It's just Zippy popping off. And of course, the entirety of Mythic Seal just finding the opening. And all of the early game that YG have built, it's now destroyed. The lead that they have is nothing at this point. So
Wow.
Mythic Seal with that kill, with giving the kills to Zip is actually so good because that is a lot of stacks that goes in favor of the Granger. And then now, with the Malefic Roar available on Zippy, is even more scary when outputting that damage.
Damn.
By the way, that's the first 4 kills that Mythic Seal's got,
Yeah.
right? So
First ever. And that's the first
For-
real clash of the game.
exactly. Now Mythic Seal are winning. They got all of the outer turrets. That's all of the tier 1 turrets that they got, and then they got the third turtle of the game. Now they're leading by 1,000 gold. What a comeback from Mythic Seal.
Yeah. 7-4, 8 minutes. Boye now comes in, just peeking inside, just checking out the bushes to create more space for Team Mythic Seal. Now checking out the items. Look at that, Wolf. Now already with the Malefic Roar. And the Wind Chant right after. Anytime soon. Zippy.
Oh. It's looking really nice now for YG.
Okay.
For Mythic Seal, I mean. And now Kun starts the fight once again.
Lina, half health already. Okay, they will try to fight. Conceal coming in, but that is a death zone, not a folk. Kun in the front line, but nice AOG also. Nico also running away with a dash. Great pokes coming in from Mythic Seal. And now YG will retreat. YG backing off. Mythic Seal is just gonna get this Lord. Ying trying his best to maybe steal one away. But man, YG, they will give up the Lord. Mythic Seal again, winning the team fight.
Massive win for Mythic Seal. This time they can go for harder push the base. And it kind of felt like this game is already Mythic sided. Zippy will skip the Sky Piercer and actually will go for the Wind of Nature. I like this a lot. Because that means that even when YG jumps with the Benedetta or maybe even the carry, Zippy will win it. Actually, I'm not sure if he has the Sky Piercer, so I hope that we can get to see the items.
Yeah.
We can. But that means that this Granger is gonna hit like a truck.
Yeah, super massive damage from this Ranger.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that. Dang. All those is gonna like gun him down.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, push the bottom lane. Top lane is also gonna get pushed by the Lord.
Yeah.
For sure. Though there is going to be the holy defense, so at least there's that. But it's looking grim now for YG.
How do you come back from this if you are YG? The Fredrin pick, it's not really effective. Like
Yeah, it's
there's
not
a lot of
effective.
failed taunts from Han. It's not even a fail. Like that's great positioning, but Mythic Seal, they already know where Han is coming from. Like the taunts are not landing.
I think it's mainly because of this carry pick.
Oh yeah.
I think it's not giving them any sort of range because if you look at YG, they're all almost melee.
Yeah.
It's the carry and the friendly, and even the Zushin is not long range, right? So they need to get in front of the fight. So I think their reach is pretty bad here for YG.
It's looking bad for Team YG. They're just gonna be patient here in their base. They're now in quarantine, as a Team YG won't force any team fights. They need to clear the waves. Hopefully, Mythic Seal enters in and be cocky, but Team YG still an honest defense for this squad.
At least they do defend, but the Lord will spawn once again 25 seconds from now. The items are starting to pour in. I believe that Zippy with 4-0 at 12 minutes will have so many stacks with the passive as well. That means more Death Sonata, more
Yes.
Rhapsody. The game will be easier for them.
Yeah.
They're gonna get more.
It looks like
Gonna be
it's game over.
setting up around the Lord. Ken is already here, Manji.
Yeah. Spotting out Han. Your two junglers right there. Ken pops the spirit. Here we go. As a Team Mythic will start off this Lord. Han is in the vicinity. They're trying out something here, but okay. Danger Zone. Ken will get the retribution of the Lord. Han now on half health. Ken. Zippy. Pops a Rhapsody. YG. They just gave the Lord away. Free Lord for Mythic Seal.
Oh, that was so fast. Blink if you miss it. YG just couldn't react properly, and there's understandably so. So there's the Sky Piercer. Oh my god! Even the War Axe for Zippy Cutie. This kind of itemization as the last item War Axe. All of the waves crashing into the opponent's base. This is Zippy saying, "I want to end this right here, right now." let's not get into the third Lord anymore.
Yeah.
Let's finish this game
Yeah.
with the second Lord.
It's time for the fatality.
Exactly.
Like Immortal Kombat. Time to finish the game. Time to finish him. There's your Death Sonata. Okay. There's your Traction Pulse. Lord will destroy the tower in the top lane. Ken and company will transition to the bottom side. They want to get all of the towers. Ying still has the final blow. Okay, there you go, Blink. Blinking in. Oh my glove! He's alone! He was alone that time. Mythic Seal putting this one in the bag once again. What an ownage from this squad. Two heroes are now down for the count. Is it endable though? Yes, for sure, right?
Seems like it.
For sure.
It seems like it. Yeah,
That's
Zippy.
it.
Oh,
Oh, not yet.
they don't have the minions, but
Not yet.
nah, this is over. There's no AOE anymore from YG.
Yeah, it's just a
Zippy
carry.
can just go to the left side
There you
and
go.
finishes it for the team. Oh my. I think Magic, right? This is one of those games where the team that won the game actually had fewer kills compared to the winning team. And it's only because of that maniac that we saw from Zippy Cutie that ended it for the team. What a comeback
Yeah.
from Mythic Seal.
After those 4 kills, it was like, okay, the path to victory is now open. The path
Yes.
to victory is now grabbable. It is now, you located it. It's now open. The tunnel, the light at the end of the tunnel. There are no more zombies. You're now safe. Right? In Korean novellas, right? Like, if you see a light in the end of the tunnel, it means like there are no more zombies around. Like, it's safe. Like Train to Busan. I don't know what I'm saying, but
But I
it
think
seems
they were
like it. Like,
saving
it seems like it, right? Mythic Seal, low scoring game, but they just out macroed
yeah.
and outmaneuvered. 2 steps, maybe 3 steps always in front of Team YG.
I was so far ahead after that fight that it really felt like it was a game that started to be a good early game for Mythic Seal. You would think that if you look at the game, yeah, it looked very one-sided. Maybe Mythic Seal just won the first turn, but it wasn't the case. In fact, Mythic Seal were struggling in the early stages. They were done by a significant amount of farm, but at the end of the day, they just couldn't close it. YG just lost that fight so hard that they couldn't recover afterwards.
Yeah.
It was definitely Mythic Seal getting that one.
And speaking of recovery, if you are team YG, for sure, how will you reset? Like, it seems like they're pulling off strategies after strategies in their arsenal of heroes. Like right now, they picked up the Benedetta. What else do they got? What else do they got? Look at this. Mythic Seal, they respected the Franco. They know, okay, if you're gonna pick the Zushin, we for sure we're gonna neglect you from the Franco. We're not giving you any chance to do game number 2 once again. Because I do believe in game number 2, it was almost like a comeback game, right? Because in the early stages of that game, it was also Mythic Seal leading by a chunk.
Yeah.
And it was just like hook after hook after hook. It was just a Franco game that gave Team YG the opportunity to turn it around. But this time, there's no more Franco. This time, I think the Phobius that doesn't have the cleanest game in this game, but it was the outplay mechanics of Team Mythic Seal who got themselves the victory.
I understand. Yeah, there wasn't at any point in this game where one team just won over the other in the early stage because of errors or because of chokes whatsoever. But it's more like Mythic Seal identifying the right opening. In fact, finding the correct heroes. And when it comes to the Phobius, which is still a problem, and so much is the Kimi as well that we mentioned earlier. I think what really made this what made Mythic seal the deal in the draft was this Granger, because they've identified after 3 games, okay, YG, you've been prioritizing the Granger. Maybe if we steal this Granger, you will not have enough. It seems like YG didn't even oblige to pick up the Zushin, the Kimi, because they have the Zushin anyway. So it's like Mythic Seal, they got what they wanted, the Kimi and the Phobius, but this time they got even a stronger hero with Granger,
Yeah.
because now the Kimi is the Granger is not gonna be available for YG. They were forced to get this carry, and evidently enough, it's not a good hero
Yeah.
in this composition against Mythic. See,
Yeah, it was just not there, right? Look at that. No deaths, but the impact is also empty, right? Like, I get the idea of the carry, but I do feel there are better heroes to choose from in the gold lane. Who knows? Maybe a Beatrix might be better to at least
Yeah.
just give AoE damage.
AoE damage,
But yeah, Zippy
and
as your MVP. 5-0 and 2, bro.
is what it is. And
It
Zippy
is what it
Cutie
is.
at the gang with this MVP performance. 100% kill participation, by the way. And like I said, they were down 4-0
Yeah,
before the second
Yeah.
turtle fight. And then they eventually got all of the kills afterwards.
yeah.
And
Let's look
at
at
the end of the day,
highlights.
they didn't have enough kills. But yeah, this is the clash that we're talking about. Look at that isolation coming up from Mythic Seal. Blink going in, and then Ying as well.
Yeah. Look at
They tried to
Zippy.
go for the backlines, but Zippy was just literally... He's not even using the Rhapsody, he's just
Hitting with
right-clicking.
Yeah, right-clicking.
This game.
Yeah, there's no right click in mobile games, but yeah, if you play MOBA, you would definitely know what Wolf meant.
Yeah.
Right clicking away. Man,
Ooh.
Mythic Seal, just again, Wolf. If you are a YG, do you go for the reverse comeback?
Mm.
There,
For sure, you need to.
again, there's this saying that it's hard to pull off a 3-1 comeback. From a 3-1 comeback lead, it's really hard to pull that off. There's only one guy in history
Only one guy.
who did that.
One guy in history. who
One
did
guy
that.
who did that for Cleveland, and he did it
Yeah,
for
the man-
Cleveland.
The man in the Lakers
the man,
right now.
the glorious king,
The glorious,
the glorious
king.
king, LeBron.
Whew.
Will Team YG, are they gonna pull up a LeBron James?
Let's see. I hope. We'll see.
We'll see.
I think right now, obviously, Mythic Seal are feeling the confidence, and all they need to think about, Manji, is that will they get $7,500 or half of it?
Or half of it.
That's always what you think about in this grand finals.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on tight to your seats. Hold on tight. We're gonna have a wild grand finals. Let's hope for the best. Are we gonna get a game 7, or will Mythic seal this one and put this one in the bag? Manjin Faldas together with Wolfcast. Don't go away. 1xBet rivals Mekong. We'll be right back.
Over Boye with a
Good.
concealed. They're gonna get
Coming
ready
into the back
for it.
line,
Here comes the
catches onto
Fernandez
confident
strike.
airstrike, a little bit too far off as Nico. Bad position from that far side, but the Lord getting taken.
Ah,
Then
this
be
thing.
The new breakthrough and innovative phone with 1xBet app. With 1xBet app, you can register and start betting in just one click. Intuitive interface and thousands of sports events every day. User-friendly app. Big wins, fast payouts.
And of course, it's Boye we're talking about on the show here. This break coming on to Boye, as I was talking about him, he gets chopped down. But the immediate response is Vengeance. Over the fifth break as Index finds the jump
Ken solo.
onto Ken, who will survive for now. Demonic Force into the back line. Zippy, this time forced to
Really
play
fighting
alone,
back.
but still gets a
What is
triple. What?
Huh?
Mythic still not fighting. There comes the circling eagle onto Ken.
Ken
But that's a
solo.
tanky target. Ken isolated for now. Will be taken out by Super Bender's fifth
Wait.
break. And trying to whittle away at the last turret available.
Setup's gonna
Here comes the
come.
jet.
Oh, look at that!
A big triple knockup, and Zippy QT capitalizes off of that initiation from Boye.
And earlier, what happened was they took down Ken early in the
Coming
game.
through, and
Oh my
Index flickers
God!
forward. That's a fist break onto Nico, and Nico's down. Mythic Seal might be in trouble. Zippy QT
Starting it off now, Turtle
Doors
gone.
pathway gonna be used by Shine CG here. Try and find a little bit of neat shield, but he will be down thanks because they're so good. Kozanski though somehow shuts down Zippy, and just like that, TSM gonna be used.
And Ken takes that Lord, and look at the damage being done. Karchko's doing his best, but everyone here might be a little bit too late. Zippy down for one. Zeno desperately trying to fight back, but cannot. And they're going for more. Shot.
In trouble, and that's the fist break to push down the players.
Oh,
TSM as Ken Shine.
But in comes YG with the siege. Han goes in. He's
Stitch.
gonna be lifted up and he'll be taken out.
Nico?
But that means that they will take the Lord. Look at that. Fist crack coming out. Gonna be the one to receive it.
They're still
Stitch
running.
is
They're
in
still
trouble. Or is he?
going.
Nico goes for the flicker. Outplayed by Stitch. And now he will get
What
the
is
double
that?
kill. Stitch with the immortality might get the third. No. It comes Zippy with the damage. Now be taken out.
Oh, they're
Shut
still
down
going.
from the
The cavalry, rather, have come. But here we go, the setup here. Oh,
boy, he's
the damage
alive.
being done. Han can't even get himself out of dodge. Blink is gone as well. 2, 3, now coming in for them. And Kuhn is
Oh.
trying to follow up on it. Stitch
Oh
is
my
so
God.
disastrously low right now that Zippy is just continuing.
And Hanzo is so far away, so is the Hayabusa, who is actually
They're so
tailing this
low.
Hanzo. Zippy in trouble, Zippy taken out, Boye in trouble as well. They will take the Lord this time, YG. Up to the top, there is going to be the Irithel. Boye in trouble, Han Solo finally taken out. In comes Ken also. To be the problem here for Mythical Seal, but he
The Dragon Slayer. There you go, another feather there strike. That's the cancel, that's the spear coming in, Chizu coming in the middle. But Chizu, the damage is not enough to take down Stitch. Nice usage of the wind shot, and there you go. The best Hokage, the save, Kant trying his best
Oh
to
my
go for the
goodness.
blinks, to go for the abyss. Here we go, Kant! Nice triple kill!
but he will be taken out as well. Index once more. They have found Super Bird. There is the creep that kind of blocks some of the damage coming from the Ranger, but with the Sky Guard, with the Pierce, as he is taken out, Nubar's is gonna stay for a little bit. Index is gonna be taken out.
Wayne here with the immortality.
Oh, the kick!
popped again. Now the kick being set up and later gets taken down. Shizu! The amount of damage is insane. And Shine with a quad shadow walks right into the trap that has been waiting. Blood will be taken.
Already, or actually bursting the Lord. This time Index is coming. It comes, he's just
Damage being done right now, pushing them into the corner right now. Xiaoyan and even the opportunities from Buscoin denied. Supercont is running them over, but they do answer.
committed for the ultimate. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be exchanged.
just
The
eating
jump
the
from Index.
damage.
He is taken out, but he might have done his jump. Shizu is low. Shizu taken out, but they did take out the Lord.
To take down Boscoin just yet. The rest of the teams, the reinforcements are here. Shine about to fall. They do take him down. Super Bird good for one. Zeno onto Boscoin.
Just asserting presence. There comes
Oh
the
boy. There you go. The setup here. Cards go good for it. Zeno takes down Super Bird and they're going to be going for more. Xiaoyan again falling against his opponent. And look at this. The Blazing Duet comes in. Later does get Leary, but it's just going to be trades upon trades of kills right now. Young S so far forward almost takes down Super Light, but he has to back off right now. And it's Death Netherrealm coming in to keep themselves alive. And here Shine is going to be pushed back. The staff brought in as well. Later we'll take down Karchko and try to go for more. Young S takes down Super Bird.
Nothing he can do. Young S finds a target though.
Yep, there you go. Young S, but
The area here comes the squad of TSM. The Federators are activated already. Xiaoyan takes a
and wail away at the turret down there. We're gonna be setting it up. Nothing that coin can.
as Stitch gets the double, and that's a last-ditch effort from Super Bird, who will not find nothing at all. YG 2-0. Bring around the bottom side. Stitch a little bit too far forward, and here comes the flicker forward. But,
Oh,
you know,
I think they have
desperately
it.
clinging on to life.
End the ball.
Good fist break
It's
coming through
done.
from the back end, but there's nothing YG can do. Blink goes down early. There's Stitch.
Wait.
There's the hope of YG, and this should be the game for Zeno, who pushes us into game number. And that is going to be Xiaoyan
RWM?
staying alive
How is he
somehow.
still alive?
And Blink gets knocked up. Super Light chasing him down. Blink also survives. It's Coin, it's Xiaoyan, both going down, and it's
So
Zeno on the
bit of mind
Oh,
here and
let's
Super Light's
forward.
getting melted.
Super Light, and what a setup yet again for Blink. They have to start the fight right now. The Phobia's coming in, and Zippy gets the turtle again for Myth. As Stitch goes on the killing spree, Khan goes down, Boya does as well, and now Zippy has to back off. Khan down to 1.
When it comes to those team fights, when it comes to trying to play around the neutral objective, over Boye with a concealed. They're gonna get ready for it. Here comes the
on to
feather
confident
strike.
airstrike, a little bit too far off as Nico. Bad position from that Farsa, but the Lord getting taken.
Oh, this
Then
The new breakthrough and innovative phone with OneXBet app. With OneXBet app, you can register and start betting in just one click. Intuitive interface and thousands of sports events every day. User-friendly app. Big wins, fast payouts.
And of course, it's Boye we're talking about on the show here. This break coming on to Boye. As I was talking about him, he gets chopped down. But the immediate response is vengeance. Over the fifth break as Index finds the jump onto Ken, who will survive for now. Demonic Force into the back line. It's Zippy, this time forced to play alone, but still gets a triple. What? Mythic still not biting. There comes the Circling Eagle onto Ken, but that's a tanky target. Ken isolated for now. Will be taken out by Super Bender's fifth break. And trying to whittle away at the last turret available. Here comes the Jet.
Look at that!
A big triple knockup, and Zippy QT capitalizes off of that initiation from Boye.
Earlier, what happened was they took down Ken early in the game.
And Index flickers forward. That's a fist break onto Nico, and Nico's down. Mythic Seal might be in trouble. Zippy QT
Starting it off now, turtle gone.
Pathway. Gonna be used by Shine CG here, try and find a little bit of meat shield, but he will be down thanks because they're so good. Kozanski though somehow shuts down Zippy, and just like that, he's gonna be used.
And Ken takes that Lord, and look at the damage being done. Karchko's doing his best, but everyone here might be a little bit too late. Zippy down for one. Zeno desperately trying to fight back, but cannot, and they're going for more. Shine
In trouble, and that's the fist break to push down the players to TSM as Ken Shine.
But in comes YG with the siege. Goes in. He's gonna be lifted up and he'll be taken out. But that means that they will take the Lord. Look at that. Fist crack coming out. Gonna be the one to receive it.
still
Stitch
running.
is in
They're
trouble.
still
Or is he?
going.
Nico goes for the flicker. Outplayed by Stitch. And now he will get
What
the
is
double
that?
kill. Stitch with the immortality might get the third. No. It comes Zippy with the damage. Now be taken out.
they're
Shut
still
down
going.
from the
the cavalry rather have come, but here we go. The setup here. Oh,
boy, he's
the damage
alive.
being done. Han can't even get himself out of dodge. Blink is gone as well. 2, 3 now coming in for them, and Kuhn is trying to follow up on it. Stitch is
my
so
God.
disastrously low right now that Zippy is just continuing.
And Hanzo is so far away, so is the Hayabusa, who is actually
They're so
tailing this
low.
Hanzo. Zippy in trouble, Zippy taken out, Boye in trouble as well. They will take the Lord this time, YG. Up to the top, there is going to be the Irithel. Boye in trouble, Han Solo finally taken out. In comes Ken also. To be the problem here for Mythical Seal, but he
The Dragon Slayer. There you go, another feathered airstrike. That's the cancel. That's the spear coming in. Chizu coming in the middle. But Chizu, the damage is not enough to take down Stitch. Nice usage of the wind shot. And there you go. The best Hokage, the save. Kant trying his best
Oh
to
my
go
goodness.
for the blinks, to go for the abyss. Here we go. Kant! Nice triple kill.
but he will be taken out as well. Index once more. They have found Super Bird. There is the creep that kind of blocks some of the damage coming from the Ranger, but with the Sky Guard, with the Pierce, as he is taken out, Newbor's is going to stay for a little bit. Index is going to be taken out.
Win here with the immortality.
Oh, the kick!
Popped again. Now the kick being set up and later gets taken down. Shizu! The amount of damage is insane. And Shine with a quad shadow walks right into the trap that has been waiting. Blood will be taken.
Already, or actually bursting the Lord. This time Index is coming. It comes, he's just
Damage being done right now, pushing them into the corner right now. Xiaoyan and even the opportunities from Boscoin denied. Supercont is running them over, but they do answer.
committed for the ultimate. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be exchanged.
just
The
eating the
jump from
damage.
Index. He is taken out, but he might have done his jump. Shizu is low. Shizu taken out, but they did take out the Lord.
To take down Boscoin just yet. The rest of the teams, the reinforcements are here. Shine about to fall. They do take him down. Super Bird good for one. Zeno onto Boscoin.
Just asserting presence. There comes
Oh
Emil.
boy. There you go, the setup here. Cards go good for it. Zeno takes down Superbird, and they're going to be going for more. Xiaoyan again falling against his opponent, and look at this. The Blazing Duet comes in. Leader does get Leary, but it's just going to be trades upon trades of kills right now. Young S so far forward almost takes down Superlight, but he has to back off right now. And it's Death now coming in to keep themselves alive. And here, Shine is going to be pushed back. The staff brought in as well. Later will take down Karchko and try to go for more. Young S takes down Super.
Nothing he can do. Young S finds a target though.
Yep, there you go. Young S, but
The area here comes the squad of TSM. The Predators are activated already. Xiaoyan takes a
and wail away at the turret down there. We're gonna be setting it up. Nothing that coin can.
as Stitch gets the double, and that's a last-ditch effort from Superbird, who will not find nothing at all. YG 2-0. Around the bottom side, Stitch a little bit too far forward, and here comes the flicker forward. But desperately clinging on to life. Good fist break coming through from the back end, but there's nothing YG can do. Blink goes down early. There's Stitch. There's the hope of YG, and this should be the game for Zeno, who pushes us into game number, and that is going to be Xiaoyan staying alive somehow, and Blink gets knocked up. Super Light chasing him down. Blink also survives. It's Coin, it's Xiaoyan, both going down, and it's Zeno on the
Put a mind here, and Super Light's getting melted.
Super Light, and what a setup yet again for Blink. They have to start the fight right now. The Phobia's coming in, and Zippy gets the turtle again for Myth. As Stitch goes on the killing spree, Khan goes down, Boya does as well, and now Zippy has to back off. Khan down to 1.
When it comes to those team fights, when it comes to trying to play around a neutral objective, over Boye with a concealed, they're gonna get ready
into the back
for
line,
it. Here comes
catches
the
onto
airstrike.
confident airstrike, a little bit too far off as Nico. Bad position from that Farsa, but the Lord getting taken.
The new breakthrough and innovative phone with 1xBet app. With 1xBet app, you can register and start betting in just one click. Intuitive interface and thousands of sports events every day. User-friendly app. Big wins, fast payouts.
And of course, it's Boye we're talking about on the show here. This break coming on to Boye. As I was talking about him, he gets chopped down. But the immediate response is Vengeance. Over the fist break as Index finds the jump onto Ken, who will survive for now. Demonic Force into the back line. Zippy, this time forced to play alone, but still gets a triple. Mythic still not biting. There comes the Circling Eagle onto Ken. That's a tanky target. Ken isolated for now. Will be taken out by Super Bender's fist break. And trying to whittle away at the last turret available. Here comes the Jet. A big triple knockup, and Zippy QT capitalizes off of that initiation from Boye.
Earlier, what happened was they took down Ken early in the game.
And Index flickers forward. That's a fist break onto Nico, and Nico's down. Mythic Seal might be in trouble. Zippy QT
Starting it off now. Turtle gone.
Pathway. Gonna be used by Shine CG here. Try and find a little bit of neat shield, but he will be down thanks because they're so good. Kozanski though somehow shuts down Zippy, and just like that, TSM gonna be used.
And Ken takes that Lord, and look at the damage being done. Karchko's doing his best, but everyone here might be a little bit too late. Zippy down for one. Zeno desperately trying to fight back, but cannot. And they're going for more. Shine
in trouble, and that's the fist break to push down the players. TSM as Ken Shine.
But in comes YG with the siege. Han goes in. He's gonna be lifted up and he'll be taken out. But that means that they will take the Lord. Look at that. Fistcrack coming, gonna be the one to receive it. Stitch is in trouble. Or is he? Nico goes for the flicker. Outplayed by Stitch. And now he will get the double kill. Stitch with the immortality might get the third. No. It comes Zippy with the damage. Now be taken out.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back in the 1xBet Rivals. It is Championship Sunday for the Mekong region. We're back again, Manji Faldas again with Wolfcast. I forgot that we need to speak in English. I almost spoke in Tagalog. But then again, Wolf, here we go. It is 3-1 already, and it is written in history that it's really difficult to pull off a 3-1 comeback. It is YG at 1. Yeah, in any game. Mythic Seal at 3. All out Mythic Seal, I should say, in all 4 games. And coming into game number 5. are we gonna like have very dramatic and full uh, full force comeback from Team YG? What's your prediction? What's your thoughts? You're silenced. I think Wolf, you're now on silence mode. Are we good? Okay. You need to reconnect, Wolf. There you go. There's the Winter Crown onto Wolf.
Okay.
There you go. Winter Crown is now on cooldown. And now, there you go. There's your debuffs. You're now cleansed.
Yeah.
Nice purify. Nice purify, Wolf.
Yeah. All right, we're back. I think. All right, you can. The world can hear me now, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we're back. We're back in action.
Time to do the draft. Game number 5.
Yeah. So I think overall Mythic Seal should have the advantage. I think I was explaining this earlier. Although we know that we both predicted Mythic Seal to have to win this. I wasn't so sure that it will be a 4-1, but after looking at how the drafts went by, even in game number 2, the way that Mythic Seal lost, I'm very confident that they have the draft in the bag. In fact, they have forced YG to ban the Phobius, which I think is very smart.
Yeah.
But that means that either Zushin Zushin might be open in this case, or the Kalia.
Yeah. I think the Kimi also plays a huge factor in this game. I think for 4 games already, we've seen the Kimi being utilized by Mythic Seal, and again that hero can be flex. So can YG actually yesterday YG also got the Kimi, but it lost. So I think they lack the mastery of this hero. That's why they also banned it out. Now we're having something new. Finally, something new. Joy. It has been banned out since yesterday.
Yeah, finally. I think this is 100% contention rate, at least in the early stages. Mythic Seal will take the Zushin as well as the Granger. Honestly, Manjin, these two heroes struggle from the Joy. So I think, or at least, Joy does not have the... Joy will have the best time against these two heroes. So I think, I think this is not the best opening for Mythic Seal, but we'll see. But they're pretty strong on paper, like, when it comes to the series, like, considering how the series went by. These are two strong heroes, but I think the Joy will have a great time here.
Yeah, well, that's how fresh they're feeling it. They're feeling right now. That's how great they're feeling. Like, even though they know that they have a disadvantage against the Joy, that's not their agenda. Their agenda is to be in the mines and play mind games with Team YG. Okay, we have the disadvantage. Go ahead, pick the Joy. We're gonna go in and finish you off with these heroes, Shujin and Granger. But interesting picks though for Team YG. You now have the Cho and the Moskov. Again, a change of pace for the side of Team YG. Locking in the Moskov, and now Blink with his signature Cho. Now finally drawing in his signature card.
Yeah. And look at this. The Fire Mist has been banned out by Mythic Seal. That's interesting because I think you want to make sure that this Granger is gonna have a good time. That's why they ban it out. The Hayabusa makes a lot of sense versus both the Joy as well as the Moskov, so that's pretty much understandable. Mythic Seal now will have to look for a way to deal with the split push. So although Hayabusa is a really good hero when it comes to dealing with split push, it might not be enough. And they don't have access to the Luyi anymore, just like like YG did before. So I wonder how Mythic Seal will solve this Moskov problem. I wonder what their ideas.
I think they need a catch right now.
They definitely need a catch. They banned the Zask, which is a counter to the Zushin. And there's no Kimi, so the Zushin will have a great time. I think the Valentina is the last option here for YG as their mid laner.
Or maybe a Novaria, but I think a Novaria is quite risky. Valentina, at least you have the utility to at least steal one, a huge spell from Team YG. Usually good Valentinas also are I mean, great
Yeah.
Valentina users really knows all of the heroes, especially if there's a Cho. So I can see a lot of Valentina users actually try to pull off ways of the dragon sometimes
Yeah.
better than their opponents. So we shall see if the Valentina is a pick here. I kind of
Okay,
feel
for
that
YG.
Vexana is good, or a
For
Farsa.
YG. Yeah.
A Hilda. Okay, so no catch for Mythic
Yeah,
Seal.
It's their way to get into from one lane to another. It's like their way to transfer from one part of the map to another. So eventually it makes sense. But for YG, gonna be looking for maybe a glue, which is actually really good for team. Hylas also makes a lot of sense. They really need the hard tank so that the Cho uh, can have a great way to start the fights. And then Valentina still looks good, but with the presence of the Hilda, they might change their mindset here. Maybe just go for Aurora, actually, which answers both the Hayabusa and there's the Esmeralda for the Hilda.
There's your Farsa Cho combo
Yeah.
for Team YG. Oh, I was mistaken. I didn't see the Zushin for the side of Mythic Seal.
Mythic
My
Seal,
bad.
yeah.
That's already the mid lane. Anyways, there's Farsa, Esmeralda. Okay, YG.
Oh, the Tigreal.
And there's your lockdown. Okay, there's your lockdown that we're looking for the side of MS.
Now, this is interesting because Esmeralda answers the Hilda, but the other heroes from Mythic Seal will have a field day versus the Esmeralda because Esmeralda is an easy target for Zushin, can lift the Esmeralda many times. Cannot outrun the Zushin, and you don't have enough reach. Maybe you have the jump against the Zushin, but it's not that good. And also the Hayabusa does not care about the HP or the shields that much from the Esmeralda. Can take that out. And then the Tigreal is also a problem because now if you're the Esmeralda in this game, you will think, do I need the Purify, the Sprint, or the Flicker? And you can only have one or the other.
Yeah.
The Purify is great for the Tigreal, bad against the Zushin and the Hayabusa. Flicker is good. Actually, Flicker might be the worst as the choices. Sprint is okay versus the Zushin, but not against the Tigreal. So I like the Esmeralda, don't get me wrong, but I think that he's overloaded with problems in this game.
Here, we shall see if that's the case. Mr. Kaisam, Purify is the choice of Ying for the battle spells. Again, Mythic Seal is just too confident. They're just locking away one pure lockdown onto Boye. But now they're up against the signature Cho of Blink. Can Blink pull off a miracle play? Easy catch onto Nico, easy catch onto Zippy. Plus they also have the Moskov, which is I think one of the game changers right now. Because they can play the split game. Because of the Moskov Spear. So we shall see. Plus the burst, look at that, Team YG. A lot of DPS onto of course the Joy. Plus you also have the Farsa. So Team YG is still in this ball game, not really giving up on the series. Wala ata. All right, I'm back. Zippy now going head to head against Stitch. Stitch now falling low. And Blink also trying to rotate here in the mid lane. Alright, guys, I'm back. Sorry, I got disconnected. Anyways, Lina in the top lane, popping the Feather the Airstrike as a Boye. And the company will try to zone out Ying and get this first turtle of the game. Is this a clean turtle advantage? Spear of Destruction coming in. It will not get any last hit. Mythic Seal still controlling the face of the game. Kun now at half health. So Mythic Seal just playing this really smart for the first 3 minutes. Alright, I'm not really sure if I'm connected to the game or not. Okay. Here we go. Okay, now I get it. Alright, we're just gonna wait for Mr. Kaisam. Anyways, 3 minutes into this game. There's your flicker in implosion, plus of course the pullback. But the damage is not enough. That's the tanky Cho. There's your spear coming in from the Moskov. Nothing's gonna happen. Nice attempt coming in from Boye. Not enough damage though to at least burst down one. Mythic Seal still in control of this game, ladies and gentlemen. Like Wolf said, this Esmeralda will probably have a lot of checklists to do in this game. As 4 minutes has passed by. Team Mythic Steel.
Right. I think I'm back.
There you go, you're back. You're silenced for 4 minutes. And it's okay, Mr. Wolf. But the story here right now is Mythic Seal controlling the macro. But it's not that too far away. As a Team YG still has the upper hand in the laning stages.
Yeah. I think we can understand the nature of the draft here from Mythic Seal. It's just more about winning the team fights.
Yeah.
And then just clearing out the waves as fast as possible. And so far they're doing the correct decision. That's why they're leading by a little bit over YG.
Alright. We shall see as the turtle is now falling at half health. There's the zone. Nice box out coming in from Kun. Nico in front of Han. Han pops his ultimate. Boye is here. There's the spear. Will the Moskov go in? No. There's the switch with the Moskov. It's still in the bottom side. There's a slash. Shadow kill from Ken. Still no damage coming out from Mythic Steel and still no kills from this game. Boye falling low. Pops the dash out. Yin. He will now back off as that's a failed kill attempt. Then again in the bottom side, Han. There you go.
Yeah.
There's your first blood after 5 minutes. YG.
What's most important about that, Manjin, is that there's an assist for Stitch. So the fact that you're allowing this Moskov to have a good early game is so important. In fact, it is, I think, the most important factor here for YG. Han can just take care of his own. Like he's a Joy, so he's probably gonna be able to farm. But this Moskov needs a little bit of help, and the fact that they're already starting with a rotation towards that lane, it's pretty good for YG.
Yeah, Team YG just still minding, of course, all of the lanes, especially for this Moskov. Again, if you're playing a Moskov lineup, you don't really want to, you want to really abuse the Spear of Destruction. And you need to wait for the power spike of the Moskov. I do feel that the Moskov still needs the Trinity item for him to really give a huge chunk of damage. Then again, here's another setup. Okay, that's a Cho. That's the wrong way of the dragon. Wrong way. That is the telekinesis. Nicely plus nice implosion. Zippy with the last hit. 2 heroes are down for YG. Mythic Seal now transitioning into the bottom side. Trying to target Stitch. Stitch will go for the Abyss walk out. But Mythic Seal now giving YG a hard time.
Yeah, like you said, wrong way of the dragon. They went the wrong way. And that allowed a wonderful implosion from the Tigreal. 3 heroes taken out, or 2 heroes taken out and 3 heroes caught. And now the turtle belongs to Mythical Seal.
Free turtle for the side of Mythic Seal. 21,000 to 18k. Now YG, the only thing remaining is just to clear the waves immediately in the mid so that Mythic Seal won't have enough space to create all of those surprise flicker in implosions coming out from Boye. 2 huge implosions already, but Who cares in the mid lane, right? We have the top lane and we have the kill from the Hayabusa. Ken with the slice, with the shadow kills.
This is such a disastrous event for YG. This is the probably the last game of the series. They have a straight up
This
shot.
is
They
it.
have an okay draft, but it's evident that Mythic Seal have just found the proper openings, and Boyer is unstoppable on this tag reel.
Yeah, he knows his thing. He is using this tiger so well, like a huge mastery of like the range of the implosion. He just knows it. The aura from this guy. 4-1. We're just 8 minutes into the game, Wolf. Okay, Ken. Shadow kill. Han will try to share the damage. But it was too late. Ken with a swagger kill.
And Ken is just so strong right now. There's no way for YG to survive his shadow kill. Even that Joy, the jungler to jungler matchup. Once you're isolated, you're dead. Essentially, you cannot run away from Ken. 3-0-2. They have taken a big amount of the map as well. Even after his 4,000 lead, you have so many turrets that you're able to take out. And Ken is also so rich right now. He has a Maleficor at 9 minutes.
Yeah. A super power spike right there from Ken. And just like game number 1, it's a repeat. It's deja vu. Ken can now do Ken things and dominate. Man, everything is looking bad like for Team YG.
No, there's so much that YG has lost in the past few minutes. It all started because of that Way of the Dragon that looked to be really good in theory, but because of the angle that did not favor the Cho, it allowed Mythic Seal to just snowball out of control. Nico actually pops his ultimate for I don't know why, but it's not gonna be that detrimental for Mythic Seal. And when it comes to the items, look at that. 3 available items now for Ken. That happened a minute ago. And then when you're looking at Zippy Cutie, does have the Hunter Strike and the Maleficor together with the Sky Piercer. This Granger packs up a punch already.
And for sure he will go for the halberd. Bang bang. There you
There it
have it.
is.
There you have it.
4 items,
Yeah.
10 minutes, and 20 seconds.
See halberd to counter in the Esmeralda. And now Mythic Seal, they want to go home early. They want they're rushing this game. Their speed, ka-chow! Okay, Ying falling low, almost got killed there. 5-1. Oh man, Nico flickers in telekinesis. Not gonna hit anyone. That's a feathered airstrike. He will cancel it out. Lina just want to clear the waves. Mythic Seal will fail in taking down the tower, but will achieve again more space to end this game in a while.
More space, more ways. Now Blink in trouble. Blink out.
Wow.
0 and 3 for the Cho.
Wow.
The push commences from Mythic Seal, and now the Joy being found by Ken. Oh, the retribution exchanges, but in comes. Oh, didn't go for the ultimate.
Okay.
That was a little bit scary for YG.
Yep. We shall see. Can Team YG come back? Can Team YG pull off a Nora Honor? Can Team YG pull off a miracle?
A miracle.
Can they pull off a miracle? Do you believe in miracles, Wolf? I don't know.
I do, but this is difficult, dude.
Super difficult
Here comes the
implosion! Okay, there you have it. But Stitch will go for an outplay. But there is still a huge chunk of damage. That is the problem for YG. Mythic Seal still is owning this game.
YG will prolong this game for a little more. That's probably another Lord that they bought, another Lord timing. And maybe a chance for them to get back in this game, but this is so difficult.
Are they just
But
delaying?
we know
Yeah.
that the Tiger will not have the they will not have the flicker in 1 minute. So maybe this is an opening, but Mythic Seal are already feeling it. Zippy Cutie opted to go for the Winter Crown, knowing that he is eventually the target
Target, yeah.
for the Joy. So I think he's preemptively controlling the possible output from the Joy.
Team YG spotting out Mythic Seal in this Lord attempt. But Nico and Boye, look at this Yushin. Just being the front line of the game.
Oof. Oh dear.
Being the pseudo tank as a mage, right?
Yeah.
How often do you
Oh.
see that type of
Sure.
hero?
Well, not so much, man, Gene, for sure. And it seems like Mythic Seal are not going in for the kill. They will have all of their tools. They will have all of their flickers. And they will have all of their ultimates.
Okay.
And about 9,000 gold to smash through YG. Can YG defend? That is the question.
$7,500 at stake here. Shadow kill from Ken. 5-0 and 3. There is the Lord. Zippy with the damage. And it seems like the end is near. That is the kick of the dragon. Let's see if there's a comeback. We shall see. Oh no, Ying falling low. It's a wipeout. Mythic Seal, the champs of 1xBet rivals Mekong. Congratulations, Mythic Seal.
They have done it 4-1. 4 convincing and dominant wins all throughout this tournament. Mythic Seal have defeated YG 3 times they've met, and 3 times Mythic Seals came up on the top. What a draft what a draft masterclass actually coming out from Mythic Seal. That's mostly the reason why they won, Manjin. I think that when you're looking at how the heroes were presented, the order of the hero picks, even how it affected one game to another, it's just Mythic Seal winning and outwitting their opponents in the series.
Everything, like in every aspect of the game, they're bigger than them, they're stronger than them, they're older than them. They even have Zippy in their lineup. Zippy, like the face, one of the face of Mekong. Man, Mythic Seal just owning this tournament. Mr. Wolf. The last time,
much deserved.
Yeah, much deserved. Last time they fought was also the same story. It was also the same story in the semi upper bracket. And now with this coming in to their pro league, they will for sure amp up their confidence coming in and will just maybe study this case and use this as their advantage to the next tournaments that they will be having. And I should say, as a conclusion, in Mekong region is now catching up for sure in the MLBB esports scene.
Yeah, you see that they caught up because the top 2 teams in their region, in the Mekong region, right now are consistently battling against each other in a very close match. Although it looked like a 4-1 for sure, but I think that this was more of a drafting win or outwit win coming out from Mythic Seal than it is a gameplay or mechanics kind of win. So I think that overall we know that this region has a lot in store for them.
So much potential for sure for the players of Mythic Seal in the future. But of course, right now, it's time to celebrate. We got ourselves the Muna. They got themselves the Benjamins. That's a 7,500 USD easy money. Not that easy money, but still, bro, huge amount of money. Still, props also to YG, giving us entertaining matches and showing up and giving their A game to all of their series. And of course, we're waiting for the post-match highlights, but I kind of feel that there's not so much to see because it was just a one-sided type of game. It was just Mythic Seal all the way.
Yeah, it looked one-sided because of what Mythic Seal did, but I think it's more of the draft. Like it's not an actual like outdraft. Like there's no way for the opponents to win anymore. But the way that the
How they
games
played,
have
yeah.
have shaped us, the way that they played it, made it so that it looked like an outdraft because it was easy for Mythic Seal to win it. They are getting the right conditions. They're getting the better heroes in the end. It seems like YG have always just followed Mythic Seal when it comes to the drafts. It's like
For sure.
they're the ones reacting all the time
Yeah,
to
all
what
the time.
Mythic Seal is doing.
Right in the
The
draft.
big problem was
Yeah.
the big problem was Kimi all throughout the series, right? And
Yeah.
it took 4 games for YG to eventually ban it.
Yep.
And at the end, when they did ban it, now they don't have enough firepower in the end.
Yeah. Unlike Mythic Sea, like they know that their only problem was the Franco. Like after game number 2, and they immediately responded to the problem. Like they act immediately. Hey, let's just ban the Franco. Let's just don't give them the Zushin Franco combination. And with this, man, who's your MVP? I think for me it's Boye or Ken.
Oh boy, it should
Boye
be
or
Boy.
Ken. Zippy.
That's it,
Okay.
Zippy. All right.
Well,
Yeah.
everyone deserves it. Everyone deserves
I
it.
agree. Everybody just played so well. I think Zippy all throughout the series has been phenomenal. Good laning stage. I think that there wasn't any solo kill that happened. I think that all throughout the series that we have, Zippy has outperformed his opposition. And the previous game was testament to that. He carried the team back to the game. And then in this particular game, we can see that he did everything that he is asked to do, and he actually got his items very early to this game.
Yeah.
Ken played so well with the Hayabusa all throughout the series. Whenever he gets to play this hero, he's just dominant.
Yeah, it's just a lovely day for Ken, right? Like
Yeah,
just a good day for him. Like he had his coffee made in the
Yeah.
morning, good breakfast, good lunch, and now good amount of money. 7,500 USD.
a lot of
A
money
lot
in the
of
bank.
money in the bank.
What a Wednesday, right, for Mythic Seal, winning the series, getting so much out of one of their championship, and proving themselves that they are really a threat in the region.
That's Mekong MLBB for you, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right.
It's Mekong MLBB. A week of Mekong MLBB action brought to you by 1xBet. Congratulations, of course, to all of the teams, and thank you so much for participating and just showing up. Then again, at the end of the day, it's still a competition, and the better team and the best team will always come up on top. Huge
Yes.
shout out, of course, to our production team in being with us since day number 1, and of course to our fellow casters, right? To the ones who casted in day number 1. Wait, let me
Yeah.
check it out.
That's Ru Suave.
Yeah,
I believe.
Rusuave. That's Joshua,
Mhm.
and I think that's Matthew.
Yeah.
Joshua and
Thank you
Matthew.
That's for Matthew. Thank you so much for. On behalf of them, this is just a wonderful broadcast that we had. I hope we
Yeah.
get to see more of this in the future.
Heck, super wonderful experience. Thank you so much. I think that's it, right?
Yeah.
I think our producer is now smiling and saying, "Hey guys, it's a wrap." Huge shout
It's a
outs
wrap.
to everyone who is involved in this tournament. This is a huge honor. Again, always an honor to give you stories. Manjin Faldas together with Wolfcast. Congratulations again to our champion. This has been 1xBet Rivals Mekong. See you in the next tournament.